2021 NCAA Division I Men's Golf Championship. This is the final round. Please welcome from Pepperdine University, Dylan Minetti.
This opening hole, 427 yards. The bunkers on both sides are in play with this driver. The wind is out of the left.
Dylan Minetti, 2-0-1 in match play here at the 2021 NCAAs.
Wow, that is piped.
And we take you back to the tee.
And his opponent from Oklahoma University, please welcome Jonathan Brightwell.
Different strategy here for Brightwell. He's going to go with something other than driver, maybe even a hybrid, trying to keep it short of that bunker down that right side. Maybe 3-wood. Minetti just right out of the gate. That it was an impressive first drive of the day.
Brightwell was the only Oklahoma Sooner to win a match at the East Lake Cup. He beat William Mao of Pepperdine 2-1. Pepperdine won the East Lake Cup.
Yeah, the problem is right there, that bottle's settled down just enough that it'll be tough to control.
National championship will be awarded today. Will it be Oklahoma or Pepperdine? We're going to find out as we get set to send it back to the studio and Anna. A national championship is on the line today at the NCAA Men's Division I Championships from Greyhawk Golf Club. Pepperdine against Oklahoma. Dylan Minetti, who won the opening hole for Pepperdine with a par against Jonathan Brightwell, his second into the second hole. And that is long and over the back of the green. So Dylan Minetti and Pepperdine trying to win their second ever team championship. They last did it in 1997. Oklahoma trying to win for the second time in the last 4 years. It all unfolds today. The NCAA Division I Men's Golf Championship in its 123rd year, the 12th year of match play. Pepperdine squaring off against Oklahoma for a national championship. Steeped in tradition, the NCAA championship has been a major step in the development of so many iconic players. Over the years, we've seen players emerge. It's why this event is revered. It's a glimpse into the future, the next generation of stars beginning to pave their way in the golf world. Today at Greyhawk Golf Club, the two final teams, Pepperdine and Oklahoma, each have an opportunity to cement their place in collegiate golf history. Talented players with perseverance and grit are vying to become national champions. Pepperdine is attempting to carry their success from earlier this season and secure this coveted title, while Oklahoma is looking to channel their victorious 2017 vibes once again. Only one team will earn this elite 2021 title. The future of the game emerges now. NBC Sports and the NCAA proudly present the NCAA Division I Men's Golf Championships. Coverage presented by Stiefel and Geico. For the sixth consecutive year, the same venue playing host to the men's and women's NCAA Division I Championships. Arizona State is the host. Greyhawk Golf Club in the Raptor course. The championship match between Oklahoma and Pepperdine unfolds today. The Raptor course, a par 70, just under 7,300 yards, a Tom Fazio design in 1995, and a perfect setting for match play on this toasty day, Championship Wednesday. The temperature 101 degrees with a little wind out of the south-southwest. Let's meet the starting lineups for our championship match.
Dylan Minetti, sophomore, Carlsbad, California. Joe Highsmith, junior, Lakewood, Washington. Clay Fagler, redshirt senior, Laguna Niguel, California. Joey Vertage, senior, La Jolla, California. William Mount, sophomore, Chino, California. Jonathan Brightwell, senior, Charlotte, North Carolina. Garrett Rebound, 5th year, York, South Carolina. Ben Lorenz, freshman, Phoenix, Arizona. Logan McAllister, junior, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Quade Cummins, redshirt senior, Rutherford, Oklahoma.
Let's take a look at some highlights, Kurt Byram, on the opening match. And Jonathan Brightwell of Oklahoma out of position off the tee. This was his 3rd at the first.
Just a really tough bunker shot from there, and Minetti would win that hole with a par.
Then over at the match number 2, Garrett Reban had this putt for par. Both players missed the fairway with their tee shots, so Highsmith of Pepperdine wins the opening hole with a par. Minetti and Brightwell made great saves at the second hole to tie that hole with pars. Minetti and Highsmith one up early in their matches. Kurt, a moment ago at the first, Pepperdine's Clay Fagler playing his second shot.
In the fairway off the tee, that's huge here. This whole location over the bunker on the left, tough one to get to. And that is in deep trouble. Long left into the desert. That'll be extremely difficult to get close from out there.
The national championship is on the line here at Greyhawk. Bob Papa along with Kurt Byram. So glad you can join us. Steve Burkowski calling the action. Billy Ray Brown, Nota Begay, and Jim Bones Mackay out on the golf course. Let's take you out to the second. Joe Highsmith getting set to play. Bones is with this match between Highsmith and Reban.
Thank you very much, Bob.
Straighter balls.
Joe Highsmith just going over a few things with Coach Beard as the wind picks up in his face.
I like that his ball.
Just, okay.
Go with that.
The same just left, the wind should take it a hair right.
That's true. That's true. That's right. Let's do that.
134 total after Garrett Reban just hit a heck of a shot from the right fairway bunker. So a little bit of pressure on the second now for Joe. Should play very aggressively from this kind of number. It's on a good line, very high, drawing just a little right of the flag now.
Yeah, when you get it in the fairway here, you have to take advantage of these wedges and short clubs. That's your opportunity to attack.
Let's go over to 3. Welcome in Steve Burkowski.
Good afternoon, Bob. Second on the way for Minetti.
Yeah, lucky to find his ball in the grass. Caught a sliver. Now trying to take advantage of this back hole location.
Settle.
That thing came in a little hot, Kurt.
Yep, that's not a bad spot to chip from, though. That's okay. Long left is the problem there.
Match number 4. Beginning, Joey Vertage, the senior political science major from Pepperdine on the tee.
He's the longest hitter on the Pepperdine team. All these guys from Pepperdine have been playing pretty solid golf.
Back over to the 3rd.
Where Jonathan Brightwell is going to get ready for his second shot.
That'd be 7 all.
See Coach Ryan Hibble and Jonathan going over strategy.
What you feel? At 8. That's fine. Probably closer to 60. Probably playing close to 65 right now. Yeah. I like that. Just flying out. Maybe it's just inside the ceiling. I mean, you finish it right there on that guy. Just right. Yeah, I love it. Should be a little. But we're just trying to move this 150 in the air. Yeah. Okay.
Taking a look at the match play records for both teams this week, and it just shows you how critical it is for Jonathan Brightwell in that opening match to continue his winning ways.
And just a beautiful tee shot here. Just clobbered this down the right edge. 157.
Stay aggressive here. You don't want to go left.
Yeah, threw this high up in the air. Should come down soft. Looks a little short, though.
Just a little tentative there. Talking over those yardages in the wind.
Logan McAllister junior from Oklahoma City, on the tee for Oklahoma at the first. He is 2-0 in match play here at the NCAAs this year.
I don't mind that off the tee. Just get yourself in play in the fairway with that long iron off the tee, which he has done. Take a little pressure off. Ball goes forever here in the desert when it's over 100 degrees like this.
Oklahoma freshman Ben Lorenz has a par putt to win the hole up at the green at the first. So Lorenz jumps out to a little lead at the opening hole. Lorenz 0-2 in match play. Pepperdine up in the first 2 matches out. Early stages with a lot of twists and turns still to come. Kurt, let's talk about this golf course first and foremost. It's going to be over 100 degrees again today. How much will it change between yesterday and today?
I don't think it'll change a lot. The addition of a little more wind today will be a factor for these guys. The greens were already firm yesterday afternoon, and they're going to get there again today if they're not already there. We were talking to the superintendent, and he said we want these greens firm and fast, just like they were yesterday afternoon. So that's a challenge there. I think for these players, when they approach this golf course, in match play especially, you have to sort of, hit off the tee what you think you can get in play, depending on what your opponent did. If he blew it out of play right in front of you, then maybe you get more conservative. This is definitely, the whole strategy thing that you deal with in match play.
One of the interesting matches out there is match number 2. Joe Highsmith has been absolutely clutch for Pepperdine. Meanwhile, Garrett Reband, who's one of the best players in the country, has struggled mightily, not only in stroke play, but in match play. In fact, he was even subbed out in the quarterfinals. How important is it for Oklahoma to get Reband going in the right direction?
It's important, but I think you look at the way Reband's been playing. This is Highsmith to win the hole at the second. Not going to happen. Reband is in such a bad spot right now, swing-wise. He's hitting it both directions, and that's
Pepperdine 4, Oklahoma 4.
He can't aim for his miss right now. Now, this guy is a first-team All-America player, so they need him to somehow step up, but, man, he's in a bad spot. We'll see.
Well, he dodges one there as Highsmith was not able to make the birdie at the second to go 2 up in that match. But in match play, everything's in play with a national.
As we go back out to the action, Brightwell, this for par to tie the hole.
Might have been a little bit of a shove there. He wasn't playing much break because he had to have it. He was trying to pound it in the back and left that face open.
And Nettie 2 up in the early going in that opening match.
Boy, Brightwell yesterday in the quarters and semis was rock steady as far as those putts. Now the third for Oklahoma's McAllister.
Boy, a nervy start for him. Remember, he hit long iron off the tee and was in the fairway, so came up way short on his second shot, and that pitch shot was a little aggressive.
The Arizona State Sun Devils and Greyhawk Golf Club in Scottsdale, Arizona will again play host to next year's NCAA Men's and Women's Division I Golf Championships. For more information on the 2021 Men's Golf Championships, go to ncaa.com, the official online home for all 90 NCAA championships. And we want to thank everybody at Arizona State for playing host. Lorenz is second.
Ooh, the freshman.
2.
The freshman.
How about that? So 0-2 in match play to this point, but making a statement early on. 4 matches out on the golf course. The 5th and final match ready to go on the first tee, and that's where we take you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 2:15 Group 5 starting time. Please welcome from Pepperdine University, William Mao.
First team All-America as a freshman. He's been struggling a little bit in his sophomore season. Lately, some signs of better golf. Played the Walker Cup just a couple of weeks ago.
He hasn't finished either of his matches. The winning points were decided while he was still out on the golf course.
Good start there with the long iron.
And now back to the tee.
And his opponent from the University of Oklahoma, please welcome Quade Cummins.
Quade Cummins secured the final point for Oklahoma over Cameron Sisk of Arizona State in the semifinals to put the Sooners in this championship match.
Just a little more aggressive here with the 3-wood. Seems to like it.
Quade was in the mix in the individual. Did not have a good final day. A 3 over 73. Logan McAllister has this par putt to tie the hole.
Boy, that never looked like a par the whole way down the first hole until that putt just went in.
All 5 matches are now on the golf course. Pepperdine and Oklahoma battling for the national championship. Oklahoma freshman Ben Lorenz has a birdie putt to win the second hole.
Oh man, just a little tentative there. I think he had the good read.
He's back. The Connor Moore Show is giving it another go with an all-new season filled with more laughs, more fun, and more. Watch now exclusively on Golf Pass. Take you over to the first. Second shot for Quade Cummins. According to Bushnell, 176 yards. In collegiate golf, electronic distance measuring devices are legal.
He missed the ridge there. That is not his best swing.
And William Mao getting set to play his second. And according to Bushnell, 157 yards to the hole.
Opening really quick here now for William Mao. It's going to be a difficult position where Cummings is coming back down the hill for his third. This whole location on the extreme left-hand side, but Kirk just mentioned there is a ridge 15 feet right of the hole. You hit that ridge and it will definitely funnel back to the left.
I think that has to be your target here. Second swing of the day, just right of that flag somewhere. Get it in there in the bowl somewhere.
Trying to work it in from right to left, trying to catch that ridge, Kurt.
Yeah, very nice. That's a good start for him. 2 good swings right out of the gate for Mao.
Ahead to the fourth,
where Jonathan Brightwell getting ready for his second shot. Quickly finding himself 2 down, Noda.
Yeah, he's going to need some work on a great chance here. 242 hole, 224 front, which is where he wants to fly.
Tough to hold this green at this par 5. There are only 2 par 5s here on the Raptor course. Oh man, 3-4 more yards and that would have been really good. Just short there. That's not a bad spot to leave it though.
Drop back 1 to the third. Highsmith set to play.
Joe now from 176. His opponent Reband lays 3 on the green, some 15 or 20 feet away after getting in some trouble off the tee. This is a good looking shot, just slightly left of the flag.
Trying to ride that wind in there a little bit. We'll give Reband a pretty good look. Reband has that for par.
Highsmith 1 up early in that one. Pepperdine leading in 2. Oklahoma leading in 1. Just underway here on a championship Wednesday.
Of Oklahoma playing his second shot into the par 4 second.
His teammate Lorenz stuck a short iron in there. And McAllister, well done. That's a great spot to putt from, too. Not much break.
Up to 3, par putt on the way for Garrett Reband.
And this would be some par if he can get it to go, but that was lacking for speed from the get-go. And now Highsmith will have a 5-footer for his 4 to win his second hole.
Quick moment to take a look at the PGA Tour University rankings. The inaugural rankings finalized just a couple of days ago after stroke play. Those top 5 players, including Reband, they're headed to the Korn Ferry Tour for the rest of the regular season, 6 through 15. Exemptions on the international tours all around the globe. under the PGA Tour umbrella. And there they are, smiling. They graduated. They're off to the Korn Ferry Tour. We'll see them next week in South Carolina.
It's an amazing opportunity to go out there. Those Korn Ferry Tour guys are ready for them, though. I guarantee you that. They shoot some really low scores on that tour.
Now Highsmith at 3 to go 2 up. If you're reband, it isn't the start we're hoping to see from Highsmith. We've documented the struggles, and he needed to build some momentum early.
Quade Cummins has this putt to tie the hole at 1.
Get a poor chip shot from the back portion of the green.
Not a good read there. We talk about it all week here at Grayhawk. There is a general slope in the land towards Phoenix here, towards the valley, and most of the putts want to hang that way if it's deceptive.
Go up to that opening match, the green at 4. Brightwell has this for birdie to win the hole.
Yeah, came up quite a bit short with his third approach from just front of the green, Burko, but a really solid look here, straight back up the hill, a tiny bit of right to left in it. So this is a putt that is extremely makeable. Certainly would go a long way to cut into that two-hole lead his opponent has.
It's a couple of putts early here, Kurt. He was so solid on that 4-footer yesterday on the 18th hole to help the Sooners move on, but not quite the same today.
Yeah, early on, maybe a little bit of nerves going on here, but he has a lot of experience. He'll settle down.
Logan McAllister has a birdie putt at the 2nd to win the hole against Joey Versich, and he does. So McAllister goes 1 up in that match. Back over to 4.
Where Minetti has this for par, tie the hole, remain 2 up, waste little time, see how quickly he gets after it. And I think it would have been critical not only for Brightwell to win the hole, but to get the honor on the tee back and sort of force Minetti to slow down. He can dictate the pace, Kurt.
Yeah, that'll be interesting in that match to see if he can slow Minetti down just a little bit.
Pepperdine leading in the first 2 matches. Oklahoma up in the next 2. That anchor match now just took a 1-up lead. We are back at the NCAA Championships. Grayhawk, Scottsdale, Arizona. Coverage presented by Geico. Go out to the tee at 4. Highsmith ready to let it go.
Little left to right wind on this reachable par 5. And he knows that every time with the honor that he hits a tee shot in play, he puts a ton of pressure on his opponent, Garrett Reban, who is fighting his swing, and this is perfection.
Highsmith has been driving the ball so well. That caught a downslope. Look at it roll out. He'll have a shot at this par 5 and 2.
Pepperdine, one of the deepest, if not deepest teams in the country, go 8-9 players that can go out and win a golf tournament like Joe Highsmith did a couple months ago at Pasatiempo, the Western Intercollegiate. Needed some extra holes. This short one was good enough to get it done. Pick up that collegiate victory he had been looking for. And since then, the last 8 rounds or so, a bit of a struggle. He actually wasn't in the starting lineup this week for the first round. He got sub-backed in and arguably hit the shot of the championship to this point yesterday from that fairway bunker at 18.
Not to mention his pitch in at 8 in the quarterfinals. I mean, he's been clutch. Now, Minetti on the tee at 5, 211 yards.
Took a little longer to pick a club than normal, but this is pulled and coming in hot.
Oh, man. That, if he keeps it on the green going that direction, it'll be a pretty good shot.
Let's take a look at Pepperdine's road to the final as they, with the 4th seed out of the regionals, 3rd seed entering the quarterfinals, defeated Florida State 3.5 to 1.5, and then really handled Oklahoma State 4-1 pretty easily. Opening for Jonathan Brightwell.
Well, now that his opponents missed the green, a great chance to get right back into this with a solid shot. Coming in, nice line.
Maybe think a little more conservatively here and keep that ball left. That's a good shot, but still a very quick putt going down there.
Quade Cummins playing his 2nd into 2. Billy Ray, what's he have?
It's 127 yards. Back into this stiff southwest breeze. Already 1 down in this match. Needs a good one here. Pretty loose shot there.
Let's take a look at how Oklahoma advanced to the final. They were 4th in the Albuquerque region, 4th seed in the quarterfinals, defeated Illinois in the quarterfinals 3-2, and then knocked off Arizona State 3-2.
They had to rally at the regionals just to get into the top teams to get to the finals, top 5.
Second for Mao on the way.
From 123, taking it right over bunker. Nicely done there. Coming out of that first cut and judged the flight well.
The Olympics begin July 23rd. We're inside of 2 months. Live from Tokyo on NBC. Just to take you over to the 5th. Dylan Minetti flying the green at the par 3. Nota, what's the lie look like?
Caught a great lie on a nice flat piece of land here. Ball sitting up in this primary rough. So, you know, the only question here, Kurt, is he's got to decide. It appears he could get a little bit of spin on this if he wants, but if he doesn't clip it just right, it's going to bound forward and roll well on past the hole. So, got to try and come in dead just a little bit.
The wind going that direction will help him, but very quick. That's not bad at all.
Well, both of Dylan's parents were collegiate athletes. Yesterday, he told us what he learned from his folks.
My dad really did help me teach golf. I started like 3. He kind of taught me the basics throughout my life. My mom has done the same thing, not with golf, but tennis. She notices swing things like just tempo, which is really interesting, the correlation between, and then just being in the moment and not really just like giving up is really important, and being like the Iceman is what we call it, just being like clutch and staying in the moment and staying down and not getting being humble and not getting ahead of myself.
And his father, Dean Minetti, played college golf at Nevada, and his mom, a tennis player as well. And Dylan Minetti, the 2021 West Coast Conference Player of the Year.
Contrast in styles here. Burko brought up a great point. It'd be in Brightwell's favor if he could get the honor back on the tee, try and dictate the pace a little. Right now, Minetti is just off and running. Has a big lead. Just coming down the hill right to left.
You'd love to see this go in, but don't leave yourself 5-6 feet. And that was a little tentative.
Back at the 4th, Garrett Reban, his second.
After a tremendous break off the tee, his tee ball got up in the desert, missed some trees and bushes, then released down onto the grass here. But he's got to figure out strategically what he wants to do. He cannot fly it on the green and keep it there. So this is probably going to be an intentional, aggressive layup, if you will. There it is into the front right greenside bunker, leaving him some space to get the ball up and down for birdie.
Plenty of green to work with. He does have to be careful not to get too far past the hole on that bunker shot, or it'll run off the other side.
Dylan Minetti just calmly strokes in that par putt.
Does not waste any time, that young man.
Doesn't let those negative thoughts creep in. There's no time.
Over at 3, Clay Fagler from Pepperdine. This to win the hole, tie the match.
Over at the 2nd, William Mao to win the hole.
Really quick coming back down the hill, going to turn a bit to the right. Oh my, it moved all the way across the hole. Cummings still has a par putt.
No, Jonathan Brightwell's been shaky with these putts. This is a big one here at 5.
Nicely done there. Should calm the nerves just a bit.
At hole number 5, Pepperdine 3, Oklahoma 3.
Brightwell remains
Pepperdine
2
is
down,
2
though.
up.
Back over to 4.
Joe Highsmith, his second shot upcoming at the par 5.
210 total, but the only number that really matters is 182 front edge downwind. It's all about club selection here and distance control. Just trying to land something a few yards on the green, let it roll out and come to a stop on the putting surface. As Kurt has already mentioned, this green play is very small.
Ball was above his feet just a little bit here.
Right edge.
Like down in that bunker.
Yeah, giving Reban a little bit of life there.
Yeah.
See Pepperdine's head coach Michael Beard. Let's take a look at Pepperdine's team and their head coach and see how they're working to create a better tomorrow with this coach's profile presented by Waste Management.
My
Michael Beard at his alma mater, played for Pepperdine from 1999 to 2002, and his name is littered all around those record books, and until this week, no one had played more rounds at Pepperdine than Michael Beard, but Clay Fagler now holds that honor, as that was a look at Michael Beard and coach's profile presented by Waste Management. He's done a whale of a job, guys, in nearly a decade. A non-Power 5, mid-major, however you want to characterize it. He has somewhat transformed Pepperdine in the last 3 or 4 seasons to becoming one of the nation's best programs.
Yeah, but when you go to the Pepperdine campus and you look around in Malibu, California, it's a pretty good spot.
Take you over to the 6th. Jonathan Brightwell on the tee. We take a look at Top Tracer technology powered by Topgolf to follow the tee shot of Jonathan Brightwell.
Second iron play off of this tee. Minotti placed his iron right in the fairway, and Brightwell does not like this. He's going to have to get a little bit of a break here.
The problem now is where that hole location is, over the bunker on the right, and he's playing from the rough. It's just so tough to control. That shot is going to be so tough. He lands it on the green in line with the flag. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes over.
Go back to the 3rd. Second shot for Joey Versich. One down early. This is coming out of the left-hand rough.
He had a little bit of an angle there, and it worked out. Plus, he played the run out very well. That was a well-thought-out shot. He knew he couldn't go left of that flag.
Versich with a birdie putt upcoming at the 3rd. Oklahoma and Pepperdine continue to battle it out with a national title on the line.
In their school history, and speaking of
red, I mean,
Stanford out of a game with
people right there on the left.
Brightwell at 6.
Minotti's already missed the green long. Brightwell 117. Don't see how he can go at this whole location with this lie.
He's definitely looking left.
Yeah, he's trying to pick something out just a little bit to the left. And that's a long way away, but a decent play there.
Yeah, hard to do for these players to aim away from a flagstick, but that was well done there.
Oklahoma head coach Ryan Hibble has walked every step of the way with Jonathan Brightwell so far today, and he's transformed this program into one of the nation's best, and he was a heck of a player. Go back in the archives to 1998. He was the AJGA Player of the Year, highly recruited. Everyone wanted him. He ended up at the University of Georgia, was the team captain the last couple of years, a fixture on head coach Chris Hack's squad, and a little bit of a family tie with the Oklahoma Sooners. His brother Nate, a former QB for the Sooners, and continue to have that Hibble success. And you want to know how good Ryan Hibble was? When 1998, he won the Trusted Choice, the Big I, the national championship. Everyone knows the Big I. Tiger won it twice. Justin Leonard, Billy Andrade, Bobby Clampett. I think that success back in the day, Kurt, that can help him relate to these players maybe a little more than some of the other coaches.
Absolutely, and he went through swing troubles his senior year at Georgia, and so he has some compassion for these guys, a guy like Rebound who's going through it right now.
And speaking of Rebound, this is at the 4th for par to tie the hole.
After a very poor initial bunker shot pitched to this point. And Kurt, this is a tough spot, obviously, for Garrett, but he's got to keep in mind that the folks behind him playing on his team, his teammates are looking up at the scoreboard, and he needs to hang in there as much as he can. Otherwise, it just puts that much more heat on the other 4.
Agreed.
Now Versich at 3. This for birdie to win the hole. Heck of a second shot, pays it off. So they're all tied up as they head to 4. We jump up to 6.
Yeah, NCAA official in here now, just stepping it off. It is Minetti play. And this won't take long, Kurt.
I don't mind this shot right here. I mean, he should be able to control this, right, Noda?
It's going to be hard. He's going to have to clip it well. But he's got nice soft hands, nice long arc on his pitch shot, so should be able to handle this.
A little uphill. Oh, that's no good.
Yeah, that needed to land on the green. Just didn't.
For more information on the 2021 Division I Men's Golf Championships, go to NCAA.com, the official online home for all 90 NCAA championships. First of 3 years here at Greyhawk, hosting the women's and men's NCAA championships. And now Jonathan Brightwell with a long birdie putt at the 6th.
And guys, you can't say enough good things of how he performed on that final hole yesterday. Really coming up big for the Sooners. And similar situation here. He absolutely has to get this down into this first match out. Critical for both teams in terms of capturing a little bit of early momentum.
I think you're kind of cross grain. Yeah. I don't even.
You hear the coaches, you know, at the NCAAs and the match plays here. You hear it Ryder Cups, President's Cups. You hear them talk about how important it is to put a point on the board early. Gives your team a boost. You know, you've only got 2 more to get here at the NCAAs. It can be kind of a big deal.
Oh, he hammered this thing. That might be off the green, guys.
Right.
Jonathan Brightwell was 2020 second team All-American at UNC Greensboro. He talked about what drew him to the Oklahoma program.
I think the coaches, Ryan, Bill, and then our leaders on the team, Quaid and Reban, they were both played extremely well last year before the shutdown of COVID, and I just thought if I could get added to that squad and they wanted me, if we could be in a position like we are tomorrow, I think that'd be really cool.
Take a look at his wins. The 2019 Rod Myers Invitational, picking up a one-shot victory there. And then at the 2019 Wolfpack Intercollegiate, victory there as well. Trying to win a national championship with Oklahoma. Dylan Minetti now with this putt for par.
Good.
So Brightwell will have a par putt to win the hole. Highsmith on the tee at the 5th.
211 and some gusting winds, but 3 up, obviously playing with a lot of confidence. This is well struck, and boy, does it look good from here.
It is good. Stay up. It's going to run off a little bit to the right there, but 8 iron in there. Jeez. Crushed.
Now let's see if Brightwell can get a little momentum going here.
Yeah, got to look when this thing raced by the hole. Should be aiming just maybe on the left edge, inside left with a little pace.
This isn't good either.
No. It's not in yet. Garrett Reband, 1 hole back at the 5th on the tee.
Yeah, and his hand is forced here. After that great shot from Highsmith, he's got to get after it. But this is up a little bit in the right to left wind and needs to get down, I think.
And he's struggling with the club stuck behind him on the way down. And then to catch up, he has to flip those hands. And the timing is everything right now. And when you're missing it both directions, it's a really tough way to play.
Note on the last hole, Brightwell made one to tie the hole of about this length.
Yeah, a little bit after that little glitch there at the 3rd hole. He's been pretty solid, but should have won the 4th hole, should have won this hole. Just has to stay composed, stay patient.
So they tie the hole. Brightwell remains 2 down to Minetti.
Pepperdine 5, Oklahoma 5. Pepperdine is 2 up.
Over at the 3rd, Quaid Cummings for birdie to win the hole.
Yeah, really quick coming back down the hill. This to tie the match. Center cut there for Cummings.
A couple of U.S. Walker Cup team members in that anchor match. Quaid Cummings, William Mao. Mao asked head coach Michael Beard for that anchor spot to play Quaid Cummings. Will it come down to that in a few hours? We will find out.
You're back up the hill, turning a little left as it runs out of pace.
Did he hit it? Talk about Joe Highsmith, and you take a look at the Washington Men's State Amateur notable champions. Highsmith, when he won in 2017, the youngest winner in tournament history, he was 17. You see the names like Fred Couples on that list, so he joined some pretty elite company. Reband's par putt to tie.
After a very deft chip shot that was extremely quick. Well done there. That's a great tie on the hole.
Can't imagine what's going through Garrett Reband's head right now.
Back at 4, Clay Fagler. This for birdie to win the hole. Pours that right in. Pepperdine looking very solid from top to bottom out of the gate. They're up in those first 2 matches in a nice, convincing fashion. But Oklahoma's hanging around. They're tied up in those last 3. And if you're a Sooner fan or head coach Ryan Hipple, you start maybe doing the math. Where am I going to get those potential 3rd points? A lot of golf still to play. Just something we will continue to monitor.
Kind of up that right side, starting. Yeah. Just like that slope kind of comes down. That's exactly. You'll see it in this process. Maintain our hole. Okay.
Well, this short par 4, you can drive it up around the green. It's back into much more of a wind today than we've seen all week long. But when you're 3 up, you just want to put the ball in play, as Highsmith is looking to do, and put some pressure on your opponent.
Top Tracer technology powered by Top Golf will follow the tee shot.
There is some pressure to put the ball in the fairway now out here at this Raptor course, and that's going to be a problem. They've been catching a lot of flyers. It's tough to spin it out of this rough, and the greens are very, very firm right now.
And according to Bushnell, 351 yards to the hole. Electronic distance measuring devices are legal in collegiate golf, but Reband going with an iron.
Wind really gusting up, but he's at a low draw. A very good looking shot.
I believe, Bones, that's his first fairway of the day, is it not?
That's correct.
Match 3 on the tee at the par 3 5th. Clay Fagler coming off that birdie. His match tied with Ben Lorenz.
Got that wind coming in from the right. There is a slope to the right of that hole location that if you get too far over there, it'll feed the ball down off the green. Just left of it would be perfect.
Hope you're enjoying the 2021 NCAA Championship. Coverage presented by Stifel.
Sit, sit, sit. Sit.
It's going to be a little strong.
They are firmed up.
Well, the Fred Haskins Award, presented by Stifel, awarded annually to the most outstanding male collegiate golfer, as voted on by collegiate golfers, coaches, members of the golf media, and announced yesterday. John Pock of Florida State joins that illustrious list of Haskins Award winners presented by Stifel.
On that list, that's almost gives you a feeling of a lock to get to the PGA Tour. Only a couple of those guys aren't on the PGA Tour.
Good looking spot. It's the perfect club too.
Ben Lorenz hails from Phoenix, business major, freshman. And Kurt, you know, 0-2 in his matches in match play, but you know, all tied through 4. An opportunity, had a little lead, had a chance to settle the nerves a little bit.
The thing about those 2 losses that he did have, it's a big spot for a freshman, no question about it. But he also played the best players on Illinois. Michael Fiegels, he got beat by Fiegels, good shot there, and he also got beat by Riggs Johnston, who had a chance to win the individual from ASU. So he got beat by the 2 best players on those teams.
go up to that first match on the fairway at the 7th. Jonathan Brightwell set to go.
233, Burko. This is the third hole in a row. His opponent has missed the green in regulation. Has been unable to convert any of those opportunities into a win. But not bad here.
Lower level, but this is a very difficult par 4, second hardest hole in the golf course, and that second shot is just fine.
Well, we saw Jonathan Brightwell play in the 7th. Brightwell was in a similar spot that Joe Highsmith was in earlier.
Is this going to come out? No.
And Kurt, I got to expect we're going to see something extremely defensive here from 121 yards.
That's what Brightwell did, Bones. There's just no way to go at this flagstick. Even with the wind in a little bit, there's just no way to hold the green.
Yeah, I think that to your point, he's going to use the wind and have it come down as softly as possible. What's interesting to me is should he get it on the putting surface, how aggressive will Reband be, given the fact he's now hit a fairway?
I like the cactus, yeah. This should pull it a hair right. Yeah, flag. I like the cactus. Commit to that, okay, Joe? Okay.
He looks to be aimed out to the left.
Looking to judge the fly. This needs to get up just a couple of yards. It wants this to hold on. That'll leave it a very, very difficult first putt or chip for a third.
I told you, Highsmith, golfer from the state of Washington. He told us about his relationship with Fred Couples.
Yeah, I actually know Fred pretty well. So we've played quite a bit down in La Quinta, California, in the desert. We have a couple mutual friends that have kind of set us up, and he's been texting me this week and supporting me, and it's really cool to have him kind of supporting. And I mean, such a great guy, such a cool guy, and for him to be out here supporting me really means a lot.
And you see Joe Highsmith with Fred Couples and kind of hanging out. See Heath Tagala as well, and Joe was pretty relaxed on the range today, talking about the text he got from Fred. It looks like Fred's using a lot of data, texting everybody here.
Reband's second shot.
Rebound here from 116, and that's a very good play. Nice distance control, putting a lot of pressure now on Highsmith, who's short left of the green.
One thing is for sure, if Fred's watching NCAA golf right now, it's on a couch somewhere.
Well,
if he's texting, he's on a couch.
Because he's going to be in the Principal Charity Classic this week, and you'll see that on Golf Channel beginning Friday. Landon.
Back out to 7. Dylan Minetti getting ready for his third.
Created a great angle with the recovery out of the left rough. Beautiful shot here, Burko. My gosh.
Ran it up that steep slope and judged it almost perfectly.
Let's go back to the 4th. Short birdie putt here for Joey Versich. This to go one up against Logan McAllister.
That is correct. Heel part.
Bit of a surprise.
Number 4.
A moment ago, Joe Highsmith's third at the 6th.
In an era of the long ball, this young man's shown me more short game than any other player in this tournament this week. He has got some pair of hands.
That is really good right there. He made it look easy, and it wasn't. There was some slope to deal with there.
At the 7th.
Yeah, Brightwell a chance to win a hole.
Bit of an outside chance here coming up and onto that slope there.
That's good.
Eddie gave him that. I thought he might want to see that.
Yeah, we heard him say that's good.
It's because he just wanted to get to the other tee. Highsmith to tie at the 6th.
Reband made a very solid 4 in front of him now. Joe looking to pay off that quality pitch shot.
Right in the heart with authority. Good up and down.
Pepperdine 4, Oklahoma 4. Pepperdine remains 3 up.
Ben Lorenz has this putt for par to win the hole at the 5th and go back to 1 up. So the freshman leading 1-up in his match. Minetti and Highsmith in the first 2 matches out lead. Minetti by 2, Highsmith by 3. Lorenz goes 1-up with the other matches tied, including Joey Versic, Logan McAllister match. And Versic will have the honor at the tee, and missed opportunity there, Kurt, on the previous hole.
It sure was.
I like this.
You don't want to do that very often.
Like a 90.
Let your opponent hang in there.
Definitely taking it left. Okay. See the flag move pretty good. Pretty extra. So. Do you like a chip 6? Oh, I still like that. Just start inside the back though. Yeah. Then take it to the middle. Yeah, you override it. It's gonna look like a straight ball. Okay. You start to override the flag. Alright. Just trust it.
Blaine Woodruff, the assistant coach there, helping Versic out here.
Come on, baby.
Well thought out. Good tee shot.
Well, it's time for today's save presented by Geico. On Monday, Oklahoma's Logan McAllister playing the par 3 fifth and with a 9-iron from 175 yards.
Flagstick was left.
Oh!
Just one-hopped it right in.
And that was the save of the day presented by Geico as Logan McAllister made the ace at 5, and he is on the tee at that aforementioned hole, ready to go. With Versic hitting a good shot in there already.
.211 to the hole. You could see where Versic landed that ball, probably no more than 202, 203. For these guys at this elevation, at this heat, 7 and 8 irons. That was mishit.
Say a far cry from Monday.
Up at 8, birdie putt on the way from Minetti.
Coming down the slope, working left to right, and just runs it by a tad. Gonna have to go to the pocket and put some change on that one. I know Brightwell's gonna want to see the rest of it. Trying to follow up a really good tee shot. Brightwell hit in here just underneath the hole, about 12 feet. And his first real chance to win a hole outright here.
Yeah, we heard a short time ago, Noda, Jonathan, talking about how he ended up at the University of Oklahoma. I talked to their head coach, Ryan Hibble, earlier this morning. He wasn't even sure he was going to go to the transfer portal. He knew that Rebound and Cummins were coming back for that extra year, and he'd never seen Jonathan Brightwell hit a single shot. But he said it was a fun recruiting process because it was recruiting an adult. You weren't going after a 15 or 16-year-old. And he looked at the head coach of the Oklahoma Sooners, Lincoln Riley, and all the success he has had from the quarterbacks he's brought in over the last 3 years. They sort of sat down, they chatted, and realized they were on the same page and said, this kid strikes the ball as well as anyone he's ever coached. He has fit in very nicely with the Sooner program.
Yeah, and he came through in flying colors on that last hole yesterday. Really stayed calm under the circumstance to get up and down from that back bunker to close out a match, but could really use this putt here.
Could be that one putt that he sees go in the hole and kind of gets him started.
And now maybe you go a little extra slower to the next tee. You finally have the honor. And dictate it. Just keep an eye on it. Possible. Now this is William Mao in that anchor match going up against Quade Cummins.
Now this match all tied right now is for birdie to win the hole. Quade Cummins still has a par putt of some 3 feet left.
Now has really embraced the team aspect especially after the Walker Cup experience. There were a lot of eyes, a lot of attention on this young man after becoming a first-team All-America as a freshman. But Michael Beard telling me earlier that when he came back from Seminole, it was almost like that light bulb went off of, yeah, it's an individual game, but it's a team sport. And he realized that he can have joy and success watching his teammates do well, even if he hasn't had the best of days.
Yeah, just weeks before the Walker Cup, he was struggling when we saw him at the Western Open at the Pasatiempo, and he's got it figured out now.
Figured that one out as well. You know, it's not always the same for everyone when all the attention is thrown your way. Sahith Theegala, Player of the Year a season ago. Everyone expected William to jump right into that mix. But we talked about the Walker Cup a few weeks ago at Seminole. And Kurt, it's an experience that can change a player's life on and off the golf course. And a walk away with that team bonding. Michael Beard said it has gone a long way over the last few weeks for William Mao.
Playing with all those great players against the GB&I great players. It's just such a good experience for these guys, and be around that team all week. There were a lot of ex-tour players, ex-Walker Cuppers out there that week. It was just an all-around great spot at Seminole.
Bones, you were out there at the Walker Cup with us as well as we pick it back up with you. Highsmith at the 7th.
Yeah, what a golf event that was. What a golf course, Seminole Golf Club.
A little more slant. Yeah.
Joe now with 242 on this Darth Vader par 4. The pin on the high left side. He knows that anything on the green is going to be fantastic. Highly likely he's playing to the bowl, which is short and right of this flag.
Pinches in right there at about 280, 285. So a lot of the players lay back like Joe did.
Overcut up in the right to left wind. This is going to miss the green and really test his short game.
Yeah, that's way over there to the left somewhere.
Now Reban with an opening, and let's see what he does with it.
No question about it. This is probably the most pressure-packed shot that Reban's faced yet in this match. A chance to win a hole. He needs a quality play to the center of the green.
Boy, he is aimed for a big sweep and draw with that wind.
And there it is, Kurt, sending out well right, hooking back now. Let's see if it's enough club to get into the green. Well done.
Okay, does get it up on there. Boy, that was aimed way out to the right.
A moment ago, Joey Versic birdie putt at the 5th to win the hole and go one up in his match. And they're all tied through 5. That's 2 holes in a row that Versic has had a birdie putt to take a one-up lead. Now live match 5 on the tee is William Mao first to play.
And after winning that hole, going one up in the match, a demanding par 3 at the 5th, 211 yards, and that wind is ripping from right to left right now. You land anything on that back quarter of the green, it's definitely going to go over.
That, if it stayed on the downslope in that bunker, makes that bunker shot pretty tough.
All right, so an opening for Quade Cummins. According to Bushnell, 211 yards to the hole. Electronic distance measuring devices are legal in collegiate play.
We'll see if Cummins can take advantage of Mao's mistake here, Billy Ray.
Well, he's going to try to ride the wind. He's going to the extreme left-hand side of the tee box. He's going to try to let this ball work in from right to left. I really don't think you need to do it. Back at the tee, you cannot feel the breeze, how strong it is from right to left. Little 3/4 shot there. Trying to hit a shot in there. Control the trajectory. Could catch the downslope there. Oh, very nice there, Kurt. Wow, what a play.
Yeah, that's on a good side of the hole, too. He doesn't have to worry about that putt being too quick.
From 5 over to the par 4-6, then Pepperdine's Clay Fagler has this birdie putt to win the hole. That one drifted left, so the freshman Ben Lorenz of Oklahoma remains 1 up in that match. Right now, Pepperdine is up in 3 of the matches, although 2 of the leads are just 1 up. Highsmith in control of his match against Rebound.
Big future there. He'll be hitting at 350 before you know it.
Now second at the 5th.
This is a brutal lie out of the bunker here. Really quick coming down the hill. You got to be kidding me, guys.
How good is that? Boy, that is
my. What a play.
Such a great bunker shot. That was testy going that direction.
Yeah, Cummings still has a birdie putt, though.
Over at 7, Highsmith, this for bogey.
Dumped his first chip shot and misses that putt, and we should see a concession here. Well, Rebound wins the hole, and now it's just 2 down.
All right. Going to build momentum. You got to start somewhere.
Oklahoma 4, Pepperdine
right.
is 2 up.
Quade Cummins birdie putt to win the hole at 5.
Yeah, trying to take advantage of a beautiful tee shot. Back uphill, going to move to his right. Very makeable here.
If I could need just a little more pace, BR. Over at the 9th, Dylan Minetti 1 up in his match with Jonathan Brightwell. His putt for birdie.
Ooh, that was a bit of a fooler. He lined up that to come a little left to right. It just didn't do it.
So Brightwell's going to have birdie putt here at the 9th. You see the World Amateur Golf rankings, and you see Brightwell slightly ahead of Dylan Minetti. Reband, although he's 6th, he struggled so much. That's where sometimes numbers and rankings don't tell the whole story.
I mean, Reband is a first-team All-America player. He's graduating to the Korn Ferry Tour, and his coach sat him out for one of the matches this week. That's how much he is struggling.
Well, one guy who's been a rock for this team is Jonathan Brightwell. Has a wonderful look here. Best hole of the day. Just striped it down the middle and then hit a beautifully measured approach shot. Now just trying to cover this thing up and get this thing back to level.
Talking about momentum a lot in match play. This would be a big one. And gets it. So the momentum at the turn is with Brightwell.
Reband at 8. We take a look at our Top Tracer technology powered by Top Golf. And good win at the 7th. Quality iron there at 8.
Excellent tee shot for Reband. Showing some life.
And because he's right-handed and on the other side of the tee box, Highsmith will not have the opportunity or as easy a one to look and see what kind of club selection he took there. It was a wedge. Important here now for Joe to answer. Certainly Reband feeling a little bit of momentum given he won the last hole and obviously stiff one here. A very warm wind behind him at the moment. Tough club to pull.
5-10 feet left of it. I like it.
Talking about a target just left of it that makes it harder to get up on top.
Trying to turn one in there. Here it comes. Looking for a good first bounce.
Oh, good shot.
Goodness.
Both those players.
2 quality tee shots at the 8th for Highsmith and Reband. Birdie putts on the way as the championship showdown continues. Pepperdine up in 2, Oklahoma in 1. The other 2 tied up. More from Greyhawk coming your way right after this. At the 7th, second shot for Oklahoma freshman Ben Lorenz.
Like he was trying to hold a cut up against the wind here. He did. Quality golf shot right there.
He was aggressive with the tee shot. It paid off. And now a reasonable look at birdie upcoming. Take a look at the career bio for the local guy in Phoenix, Arizona. First year in Norman. Solid. His brother Blake also part of the Oklahoma golf team and making that transition from high school golf to college. It is a big jump. But he's done well so far. Now Highsmith at the 8th. That was for birdie, and he's got about 5 feet left for par. Now Fagler at 7, just off the fairway.
You'll like that. Interesting matchup, freshman against a senior. Wow, stay up there, and it's great. He really got away with one. That's a perfect leave, too.
Oh, my God.
He knows. Now, Reban, this for a birdie and win a couple in a row here, Bones.
Yeah, this is a huge putt here for Garrett. Back downhill very quick. Just get it going. Oh, my goodness. And we talked earlier about the struggles that Garrett Reban has been having here this week, and even a little bit before that. It reminds me a little bit of the 1993 Ryder Cup. Tom Watson was the captain. There were a couple of guys on the team, Chip Beck and John Cook, and they didn't play at all on Friday. And then not again on Saturday morning did they play, so they weren't very happy. They went to Watson. They said, put me out. We want to inspire the troops. And Watson said, okay, guys, you got it. You got Montgomery and Faldo. And they went out there on that Saturday afternoon in the Ryder Cup. They were losing, won a match they weren't supposed to, flipped the script, and the U.S. went on to win that Ryder Cup on foreign soil. So much, there's quite a comparison with what Garrett's going on here. He's been struggling. He hasn't done much, but my gosh, if he can fight back and even get ahead in this match, it will fire up the troops behind him.
No doubt about it as we watch Highsmith try to tie this hole. And this team still believes in Garrett Reban, and Ryan Hibble, the head coach, told them this morning something great is going to happen to you today. You just have to believe it. Maybe he'll start believing.
Maybe. Played a couple of good holes.
Over at the 6th, after Versich missed birdie putts at 4 and 5 to take the lead, McAllister has this putt for birdie to go one up in his match, and he pours it in.
Can't keep leaving that door open. Got to start making some of those putts. Versich.
All right, Noda. What do we have here at 10?
A couple nice tee shots in the fairway. Brightwell just a little bit further out at 146. He's got to be feeling great walking to that 10th tee, having leveled out this match, and followed up with a nice tee shot here, setting up this second hole that really calls for a little right to left ball flight, wind pushing from the player's left away from the hole.
It feels like it might actually help you ball flight some edge. Just a couple more than 42. Okay, the number. Yeah, I definitely like that. I mean, staying like this.
I've followed Jonathan the last couple of days. He's very methodical about how much risks he takes on. I don't see him taking on this whole location. Look to this to come out just a little to the right.
Left, long left is the miss he wants to avoid. Now that is really good. Stopped it on a dime.
Beautiful
too.
shot.
Yeah.
Back at the 7th, Clay Fagler. He has this for birdie to win the hole, tie the match.
Uphill. Might go a hair right. Boy. Sometimes you get a little lucky, and he took advantage of it.
Minetti second into 10.
Trying to answer. That's a pretty good shot, but compared to Brightwell, doesn't feel like it.
He's going to have to make that to avoid losing 3 in a row.
Fagler now at the 8th, the par 3, coming off that birdie. No one's played more rounds at Pepperdine University than this man right here.
I mean, ideally, you'd like to be just right of this flagstick. If you're left of it, it's a pretty quick putt going down the hill from that direction. Great line.
Kind of likes this hole, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Really good shot by Fagler as we check out the best moments of the week. Brought to you by Top Golf. Just a couple days ago, final day of stroke play. Tyson Reeder from Arkansas. Making it look a little easier than it really is, Kurt.
Just like a putt, perfect speed, right in the middle. That whole location, by the way, is just kind of left of where it is today.
And this was Clay Fagler yesterday. Turned the whole match around against Austin Eckroat. He was 2 down through 7. If you're going to win the 8th, you might as well do it in style.
Boy, and he did.
What a moment for Clay Fagler. Best moments of the week brought to you by Top Golf. Now, Lorenz, let's see what he'll do.
Good line as well. Backstop there.
Birdie putts for those two upcoming at the 8th as we drop back to 6.
Wade Cummins has this short par putt to tie the hole and remain 1 down to William Mao. So he takes care of business there as they head to 7. Dylan Minetti has to make this noted just to tie the hole.
Yeah, but it's a good look. Just a little left or right into it.
Walking early. I think he thought he missed it, but it almost broke enough.
That's 3 in a row for Brightwell, and he's turned a 2-down lead into 1 up through 10.
From Pepperdine has this for birdie to win the hole. Funny story, earlier this week in stroke play, right over here at 18, he was getting ready to hit his second shot of a fairway bunker, and some fans were a little noisy, backed away. Said, hey guys, can you keep it down? And when he looked at that individual, he said the face sort of stuck out to him, went on to make bogey. The person he told to stay quiet, almost goes in, was Michael Phelps, the greatest Olympian of all time. Phelps felt so bad, he ended up texting Michael Beard, the head coach from Pepperdine, later in the day, profusely apologizing to Fagler. And Fagler, for the next 3 holes, as they saw the front 9 of play, was telling the guys alongside, I just told Michael Phelps he's got to stay quiet. We saw the hole-in-one from yesterday for Fagler. Well, that's nothing. Go back to 2017, the Royal Oaks Intercollegiate. He made 2 aces in the first round and the third. Apparently, he's got no problem buying drinks for everyone when the day's done, as the Pepperdine Waves fans out there. Let's see what Lorenz can do for par to tie the hole. Well done.
Pepperdine.
That's a memory there, Kurt. Telling Michael Phelps, hey, quiet. I'm about to hit here.
Amazing.
Over at the 9th, second for Joe Highsmith. 2 up in his match.
Yeah, straight downwind from 162. Virtually impossible to get the ball around the hole. This is conservatively to the right. Rebound hit a quality shot in front of him from 203.
Pepperdine, one of the favorites coming in, and at the 2020 East Lake Cup, Garrett Reban had this par putt to extend the match. Dylan Minetti wins his match and secures the East Lake Cup. Both of these schools, of course, by making it here into the semifinals at the NCAAs, invited back to the East Lake Cup. And then a couple months ago, at the Western Intercollegiate, Joe Highsmith rolling in this putt for birdie. He would win the individual, and Pepperdine would be victorious at the Western Intercollegiate, 4th of 5 wins of the season. And take a look at the 4-1 win Pepperdine had. Highsmith and Mao, Dylan Minetti in the lineup. R.J. Mankey not in the lineup for Pepperdine. And take a look at Logan McAllister, Patrick Welch not in the starting lineup. Berko?
Yeah, the lineups look a little different, but Michael Beard, the head coach of the Waves, telling me earlier that he learned a lot about his team, that they didn't care who they played, that they proved they belonged among the nation's very best. So, Kurt, those are things that happened in the fall that part of the puzzle to where they are now. You get a sense of how your team works. And keep in mind, Pepperdine, one of the schools able to play in the fall. 3 of the Power 5 conferences didn't tee it up till the spring here in 2021.
Yeah, and how about, and also this, 3 West Coast Conference teams made it to Greyhawk. Pepperdine, San Diego, and San Francisco. So 3 teams from that conference made it.
One of the big problems the coaches had then was that they had a hard time getting a grasp on how good their freshmen were going to be. They just got there. They weren't playing tournaments, so it's really hard. You can watch them practice and play, casual rounds of golf all you want, but until you put them in competition, you don't really know what you have in those freshmen. Another good putt there.
Great speed.
Let's go over to 7.
Where Logan McAllister has this for par to win the hole against Joey Versich. Somebody that really loves and embraces match play. A lot of guys say it, but he understands the ebbs and flows and how you sort of got to work your way around it.
Missed opportunity for McAllister there.
Well, it's a big moment here. Reban has a birdie putt to win the hole and cut that lead down to 1.
That it is, putting back into the wind. He can be aggressive here. Boy, this would be huge. Looks good.
Oh my goodness, how does that not go a little left?
How does it? Couldn't agree with you more, Kurt. I thought 2 feet from the hole, there was no way that could miss.
It's a real flat area of the green, obviously.
Pepperdine remains 2 up.
He was pointing towards the valley there.
Again, he was pointing to Michael Beard because Highsmith's putt did break a little bit that way.
Yeah, it did.
Drop back to 7. William Mao getting ready from the fairway.
Yeah, with Lesson Driver off the tee, he's going to have 227 left, playing downwind, brutal par 4 this 7th hole. You like to come in from the right here. I think if you take a direct line at this flag, no way to hold the green.
Flagstick only a couple paces up on top, that top tier. Anything right of it, you can see there. You can see the slope there. Anything right of it will feed back into that low spot.
Oh, that's straight up in the air there, trying to bring it high and soft. Just comes up short, though. Had the right idea.
Boy, that was missed club or something.
I'm surprised that ball didn't carry that much. He had that right on the button, Kurt.
That will be a very slow putt from that front fringe.
A little opening now for Quade Cummins. 1 down in this match. Yesterday, what a clutch putt there on the 17th hole yesterday to send the Sooners to the finals today against Pepperdine. That's from 203. Hanging out to the right. He's going to catch that ridge. Kurt, you said come back to the right. A little unlucky there. That was about 6 feet from being absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
You might have heard a roar just before Cummins was about to hit at 7. This was at 8, and this is Logan McAllister from Oklahoma. We'll take a look at our Top Tracer technology powered by Topgolf. No, he didn't. He sure did.
That's amazing.
Logan McAllister. Second one this week.
That's incredible. Too bad he's an amateur. There would have been a car at least on one of those holes, wouldn't it?
We've had about a half dozen between the men and the women the last 2 weeks at Grayhawk, with the ace, McAllister, now 2 up over Joey Versich. NCAA Championships Final 2, Pepperdine in Oklahoma. Our coverage presented by Stiefel, and that is Logan McAllister walking to the green at the 8th moments ago. A hole-in-one, his second this week at Grayhawk.
So he's got 1 at 5, 1 at 8. Still got 2 more par 3s to go. Reband on the tee at 10.
Very precise tee shot. You got to avoid the right side of this fairway because it can kick towards the penalty area.
Sure does. And
that does.
Yep. You can see the splash.
Over at 7, Quade Cummins for birdie to win the hole.
Yeah, coming up that steep slope. This to tie the match. William Mao still has a par putt left.
Going to jump up to 11. Jonathan Brightwell's got a par putt to tie the hole.
Minotti missed his 12 or 15 foot putt for birdie, but conceded his par. Brightwell made a very poor play from the back part of the screen with his putter, was up against the primary rough, came to this point, so still quite a bit of work in this little left to right par putt for him to get out of here with a tie.
It's uphill.
So Minetti gets one back.
5, Oklahoma 6. This match is tied.
As you heard, they're tied heading to 12. We go to the green at 7. Mao cleans that short one up, remaining 1 up.
Pepperdine remains 1 up.
Go up to 10.
Highsmith now talking over the coach Beard as he's about to play from 155, and I think it's important to point out relative to Reband's tee shot that he quite obviously hit way too much club off the tee. His ball as it finished was on the exact same line as Highsmith's. Highsmith obviously hit a club or 2 less, but Reband played to a much, much smaller fairway, if you will, hitting the club that he did. It actually wasn't that bad of a shot. It just went well too far considering how the fairway pinches in on the right.
Which is amazing considering how bad Reband has been hitting it and how far off line he's been. You would think he would play more conservatively.
Is this hurting from this angle?
Remember, there's only 2 coaches per team. Reband does not have a coach with him.
Coach Beard has been with Highsmith every single step of the way.
This is where you know your opponent's already made a mistake. Don't.
That does not seem like very much club, though.
These guys are taking their time because this green has a lot of pitch. This is a crucial shot in this match.
Yeah, don't make a mistake yourself. Get it right of the flag. Get it on top.
Ripped it? Yeah. I'm good at that. Guarantees it's going to kind of work that way.
Yeah, exactly. You could even go a little left of that if you want.
I'm good at that. Okay. Especially right now.
Yeah.
There's nothing left of that flag.
Right at that left guy.
Yep.
Kurt, you think about this match. Highsmith made a clutch par putt at the 8th to get a tie, and Reband's putt at 9 looks so good. Could have been only 1 down. This could be a big swing here.
Yeah, it could. Reband's putt could have very well went in there at 9.
This is well to the right. Should miss the green. And that will give Reband a lot of life.
Boy, what is that?
Ben Lorenz, the freshman, has this birdie putt to win the hole at 9.
Tell you what, he has showed up today. This is a big moment for a freshman to be out there playing for national title.
Reband's 3rd at 10. Bones.
Let's see how aggressive he gets. Trying to draw one in and spin one off the right side of the green. This has some action.
Yeah. A very good shot. It looks to me like all he has is that big sweeping draw, big hook right now, but got to go with what you got.
He's going to have a chance to make par, and Highsmith with a big mistake missing the green at 10. Short-siding himself here at the Division I Golf Championships.
The pitch is away from him that's already very firm. If you miss-hit this at all, you will likely miss the green, and you could potentially go into the penalty area.
This rough is really thick, really sticky.
He goes for the super flop, just needs some check. That is amazing. Wow, did he get that ball to stop quickly?
Pretty
what
gutsy.
hands.
Yeah, that's pretty gutsy, and it's on the correct side of the hole too. One that is back uphill. He doesn't have to worry about easing something downhill.
Final match at the 8th. Couple of birdie putts. William Mao first up.
Long birdie putt coming down the hill, also putting back into this stiff breeze too. That's very well done, but that runs about 3 feet past. Cummings got in there about 12 feet for his birdie to win the hole.
From the last match to the first, Brightwell getting ready for his second at 12.
Yeah, it took less than driver off the tee, leaving it well back, 141 to the hole. Wind has picked up straight down, so going to be hard to get this to stop him on the hole.
There is a little bit of a backstop behind this. The whole location in a bowl today.
I don't know that that's going to help this one, though.
Nope, that's up on top. The wind is whipping. They said it was going to blow harder today.
Over at the 10th, 2 par putts, and Reban hit his tee shot in the penalty area, and he's got an opportunity here to make par.
Giving this young man a lot of credit, fighting tooth and nail. Obviously, he doesn't have much in the arsenal, but he's going to give it everything he can. A good 12 feet here down the hill. Should be very speedy, and if he can get this one to go, boy, he's really going to put some heat on his opponent.
That's two in a row.
2 holes in a row. Putts that look like they should have gone in.
To 12.
Minetti second.
Aggressive off the tee. Got a little bit of an advantage, only a $1.02. He's just going to hammer a 60. This has got some spin on it, Burko.
Oh, yeah.
There you
How
go.
about that? Dylan Minetti with the advantage there at 12. Over at 8, Quade Cummins got a birdie look to tie the match.
Yeah, coming just off that side slope, is going to turn a bit left here. Yeah, timely putt there. Now the match is tied.
And now the momentum in the last 20 or 30 minutes has gone to the side of the Sooners. They lead in 2 of the 5. Pepperdine up in 1. The other 2 tied up.
It could flip quickly here with Highsmith, though, for par to win the hole.
Big chance to throw a dagger.
Wow, what an up and down by Joe Highsmith.
That was awesome. The second shot was probably the worst shot he's hit today, but
Pepperdine is 3 up.
the up and down made up for it.
Highsmith 3 up in his match. Minetti is in close at 12 for a birdie. Brightwell's going to have a tough putt himself, but things tightening up here at Grayhawk.
Brightwell, slick birdie putt.
Yeah, coming down from the top level. This thing's tracking.
Oh, man.
Good thing it caught a piece of the hole there.
Yeah, no kidding.
Take a look at some of the notable Rice Planters Amateur champions. Jonathan Brightwell, a winner in 2018. Brooks Koepka, Stuart Sink. How about Brandel Chambly back in 1983? Got Lehman, Sutton, Hogue, Bean. That used to be one of those premier 6 or 7 events these young men played in during the course of the summer, and Brightwell hasn't lost his turn. Short one for par.
Still got plenty of work in this, Burko.
Oh my goodness. Caught a piece for birdie, caught a piece for par. That's another short miss we've seen from Jonathan Brightwell here through the first 12 holes. So Minetti 1 up.
Joey Versich has this par putt to tie the 9th and avoid going 3 down, and boy, the putter has betrayed him today.
He can't make a putt. He's been hitting practice putts on every hole, it seems like. The putter's letting him down, and he's getting thumped.
Over 11, Reband on the tee.
desert on both sides.
Huge block.
That is desert bound, it looked like, up there to the right.
We've documented his struggles this week, but he has played exceptionally well for 5 years at Oklahoma. Won the Puerto Rico Classic back in 2020. We saw he was 6th in the world amateur golf rankings. And then earlier this year, to go to that event, the NIT in Tucson, and beat that field 15 under par. Ryan Hibble told me this spring, a couple months ago, everything was clicking for him. Sat out most of the fall with a broken bone in his right hand. And seemingly in just the last few weeks, it's all gone awry.
Why does golf have to be like that? You're at the top of your game 2 months ago, and here we are. He can't find it off the tee.
He's hanging in there, though.
He is. He's
Doing
grinding.
his best.
Good for him.
Over at the 9th, the 5th and final match, William Mao of Pepperdine first to play.
Yeah, this match all tied. These two Walker Cup teammates going head-to-head. It's been an incredible match up to this point. Now Mao, 186 yards. It's helping wind here now. Whole location's positioned on the extreme left-hand side.
One thing is, he playing from the right side of the fairway. It does give him a little more of an angle. We saw a couple of shots earlier from the left side of the fairway, and it just doesn't give you much of an angle. There you can see that whole location kind of mid-left over there. It's pretty flat around it.
And one thing's going to help him move that ball from right to left, just slightly above his feet here for Mao. Yeah, trying to bring this ball in very high, holding the pose. And well should. What a shot by Mao. Applies the pressure to Quade Cummings now.
Billy Ray, you mentioned that they were Walker Cup teammates. Here is Quade Cummings gaining that valuable experience as well at the Walker Cup. Saturday morning, birdie putt at the 5th.
Partnering with Eckroat there in this match.
His birdie putt at the 9th on Saturday morning as well. He tied his Sunday singles match
Great Britain and
on the
Ireland
18th hole to tie that match.
United States of America.
Great experience for Quade.
Now Cummings from 170. This ball out to the right, needs to get down.
In that sticky, overseated ride, it makes that a little more difficult to figure it out.
Ben Lorenz has this putt for birdie at 10 to win the hole and go 2 up.
Well, he's hit a lot of great shots. He is playing some great golf today. We mentioned earlier he lost his other 2 matches in the quarters and semis, but he got beat by their best players.
Over at 11, Garrett Reban wayward with the tee shot bones, but looks like he may have found it.
I'll tell you what, Burko, if you're going to miss big. He is some 70 yards from the center of the 11th fairway, but he is actually in the right rough over here on the 12th. He has a swing. He has a shot. He's got to do some really good work to get this ball back into play, but he's incredibly lucky just to have a second that he can take a swing at.
Kurt, what do you do if you're a player like Garrett right now, that talented but struggling this much? What do you lean on?
Yeah, well, I don't know. You lean on that you've played some great golf, but this hole's 650, so you have to hit driver. But a lot of these other par 4s that aren't that long, I think you got to find a club that you can just squeeze out and get it in play. From there, you have at least have a chance. You keep hitting balls out of play with the driver, and you're going to be out of these holes. It looks like he's going to advance it down 12 fairway rather than 11.
That's exactly what he's done. He's hit it what appears to be straight down the middle towards the 12th tee. We can't see it from here, but it was a good shot.
This is where rangefinders come in big.
They are legal in college golf, so some people might, how do you get a number there?
That's a great point, Kurt.
We're continuing our coverage of the NCAA championships. Pepperdine and Oklahoma continue to battle it out. A national title on the line. Our coverage presented by Geico. Pepperdine leads in the first two. Oklahoma, they lead in the next two, and that anchor match tied up as they're heading to 9.
But that's our guy behind 11 green right there that you can see in the distance.
Kurt, you know, I got to tell you, his line here is an educated guess. He's got huge trees and bushes in front of him. He might have a general idea where the green is, but there's no way he can be that confident about it. And he had to walk about 80 yards to his left to get an approximate yardage. So here we go. Yeah. You just got to trust the process here.
Aiming for a big draw again. It is back into the breeze.
Very high back into that wind you referenced.
Bones, I'm not sure it covered the trouble.
The bunker, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that is basically, as we pull back, you can see why. That is basically dead right there.
Dylan Minetti, one up in his match, has this putt to tie the hole with Jonathan Brightwell. He does. He remains one up.
The Arizona State Sun Devils and Greyhawk Golf Club in Scottsdale, Arizona will again play host to next year's NCAA Men's and Women's Division I Golf Championships. For more information on the 2021 Men's Golf Championships, go to ncaa.com, the official online home for all 90 NCAA championships. Reband taking the unconventional way to the green at 11, where Highsmith a little bit more what you would expect, Bones.
Yeah, certainly, but Reband's route is so unconventional. Highsmith has absolutely no idea where Reband is in terms of his third shot and where he lies and what he's got, so they've got to go ahead and just commit here to this 92-yard shot, flight it down into the wind, give yourself a look.
Just don't miss right.
This is right of the flag.
Oh, okay. Safe. You missed to the right in the rough for that bunker, and it is really tough, even with the wind in your face.
That's the second match out on 11 green. Minetti and Brightwell leading the way. They're heading to 14-tee. We know that first match is usually a pace setter, but Minetti seemingly has been the road runner all day. And that's what we're used to seeing from him.
Yeah, and he has had the honor on the majority of holes, so certainly setting a quick pace, and you see him tees up, lets it fly, picks up the tee quickly when he likes it.
I think he picks up the tee quickly. If he doesn't like it, he just goes.
And that kind of, you know, he keeps putting the ball in the fairway, and in match play, you keep the pressure on your opponent by doing that.
Dylan Minetti went 2 up through the first 3 holes, and then Jonathan Brightwell won the 8th, the 9th, and the 10th. Then Minetti won the 11th to get it back to tied, and then won the 12th.
Him, Brightwell, now just trying to find the fairway as well. Appears to be working just down the left side.
Back to 11.
4th for Reband.
I'm not sure Victor Dubisson could get this one up and down. I mean, this is just brutal bushes in the way. He's going to have to just hit a flip hook, try and land it in the rough, short right of the green, kill it, and have it release down from there. Just a brutal spot he finds himself in.
Playing it like a bunker shot.
Good contact. Let's see if he can get some check. That is a fantastic shot from there. He spun that. Wow.
Still gives him a chance, too, to come out of this hole with a tie.
Over at the 9th, William Mao, after a wonderful second shot, has this putt for birdie to win the hole and go 1 up. And he does just that.
He's playing solidly. It's going to be a tough match for Cummins to win.
Logan McAllister has this par putt to tie the hole. He misses that. So his lead over Joey Versich is now 2 up. Back over to 11.
Highsmith checking this one out for birdie to win the hole and go 4 up.
And Burko, we got to give Joe a small demerit here for, as Kurt mentioned, you don't want to miss right here, and certainly he's ended up on the surface. But because he missed right, he's now left himself an incredibly fast putt that he has to lag. If he plays to the center of the green from that 92 yards, he basically leaves himself a 15-footer that he can just rip uphill into the green. But now it's all defense from this spot.
Yeah, we talked earlier that the first day of stroke play, he wasn't in the lineup. So much depth with Pepperdine, and Michael Beard, the head coach, said it was a very emotional conversation, but said he was a wonderful cheerleader that first day. And he told them right then, he said, stay in it. You're going to do something to help us win a national championship this week.
He was lagging the whole way. I tell you, if Rebound makes this putt for par to have the hole, it's amazing, first of all, and what a boost to Rebound.
But the fact that he even has a reasonable look for 5, considering where he's hit it, Bones, is remarkable unto itself.
Absolutely. If I'm Garrett, this putt goes, I'm going to show a lot of emotion.
The other side of it is if he misses, he's 4 down and going to be running out of holes.
Good job, Joe. There you go, Joe. Keep it up, Joe.
It's just an uphill climb considering
Pepperdine 5, Oklahoma 6.
What
Pepperdine
he's dealing with his game.
Dylan Minetti first to play, and Noda in a divot for Minetti.
Yeah, just a bad break under the circumstance, trying to battle it out here. Certainly don't want luck to be too much of a part of the outcome, but nonetheless found this divot. But to his credit, walked up, saw it in there, didn't really overreact or do anything negative, and just shot his yardage with his laser and now picked his club and is ready to go. I suspect he's going to hit a good shot here.
Well, in that soundbite that we played earlier about, you know, both of his parents being top collegiate athletes, a little of that mental toughness.
Trying to land it on the front.
Kurt, he got a lot of this, though. He got in there pretty steep on it.
Boy, he had quite a bit of spin on it. There's a low area that his ball is going to end up in there, but not bad out of there.
Brightwell now. Beautiful tee shot, left side of the fairway, 125 left. Going through the final checklist with Coach Ryan Hibble. Been here every single step of the way, providing some guidance and support. He got a lot of this too. This has to get down. It's on a good line though.
With a sand wedge, that is not real good.
No, considering that Brightwell is 1 down and Minetti had to play out of a divot. Minetti 1 up. Pepperdine leads in 3 of the matches with a national title at stake.
Dylan Minetti, sophomore, Carlsbad, California. Joe Highsmith, junior, Lakewood, Washington. Clay Fagler, redshirt senior, Laguna Niguel, California. Joey Vertage, senior, La Jolla, California. William Mount, sophomore, Chino, California. Jonathan Brightwell, senior, Charlotte, North Carolina. Jared Rebound, 5th year, York, South Carolina. Ben Lorenz, freshman, Phoenix, Arizona. Logan McAllister, junior, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Quade Cummins, redshirt senior, Rutherford, Oklahoma.
10 players, 2 teams, 1 national title on the line. Pepperdine leading in 3 of the 5 matches. Oklahoma 2 up in their 2 leads. So potential this one to come right down the stretch. Tee at 12. Garrett Reband set to go. We'll take a look at our Top Tracer technology powered by Top Golf.
Yeah, still feeling the need to hit irons here and put them in play. And this is a very thin, weak shot to the right. I think that's a complete mishit.
Just trying to find a fairway with that iron off the tee and still put it in the rough. It's not in the desert, though.
Dylan Minetti has a putt for par to remain 1 up in his match.
Yeah, things starting to tighten up a little. He's taking a little extra time. Most of the round today, Kurt, he's been pretty speedy with his play, but that was a very poor lag putt from down in that valley. And now left with this sizable par look, and Brightwell still has a par putt that has not been conceded, so he's able to knock this down. Could still put a little bit of pressure on Brightwell when he stands over his par putt.
A good read there. What a good comeback putt that was.
At hole number 14, Pepperdine.
So Minetti
4,
remains one up in
Oklahoma,
his match.
4. Pepperdine is 1 up.
Over at the 10th, Quade Cummins birdie putt to win the hole and get the match tied.
Yeah, coming down the slope, going to break to his left. Now already in for a par.
Will.
Over a 12, Reband second.
Dead downwind to a front pin. He's going to have to try and bounce this one on from left and short of this green. If you fly it all the way there, it's just going to take off. This is what he's trying to do, but the ball is heading towards the sand, it appears, and hits in the face of the deepest center bunker.
Better hope it didn't plug, but
He's trying everything, like you said. Sometimes
yeah.
take an iron off the tee and try to hit it in the fairway. Just battling himself right now.
if you're going to pull that driver, you know, just tee something down and squeeze a big old cut out there. But his swing right now doesn't produce a cut.
Keep it here with Highsmith from the rough.
Who, of course, had the luxury of hitting driver with the big lead some 60 yards further down the fairway, but still playing from the rough, and he's going to have to think very carefully here from a strategic standpoint. Again, I'd love to see him bounce something in from 2 or 3 yards short and left.
Michael Beard, part of this program, was a great player from 1999 to 2002. But in 1997, Pepperdine won the national championship 24 years ago, led by Jason Gore, holding that trophy. Go to the far right. That's Kevin Marsh. There he is on the far left. He used to play for Pepperdine, was a couple hours away, went to Conway Farms to watch as a spectator. The head coach at that point, John Geiberger, fell ill, had the chicken pox, had to be quarantined the entire week. So Marsh steps in to help guide the team to a national title.
25 shots, you're right. If it doesn't jump, I have 15-yard pitch up the hill. And it's going to jump. It's going to make it jump. Okay, I trust you. Let's do it. Let's go at the cart. Yeah, exactly. That's where I was going. Okay, let's do it. I like it. It's going to jump.
Yeah, ultimately, the players got to make the call on reading the lie. We see it on the PGA Tour all the time. It's huge at this level also. How is this ball going to come out?
They both think it's going to jump.
It came out nicely. This is on a real good line. Looks like it needs one bounce. That is incredible execution there.
It's going to stay there, too, because of the backstop. And they get better. What a shot from over there.
They have thought everything out this week. Beard and Highsmith, they've had the conversations, the commitment, and Joe's pulled the trigger every time. Go back to 11, Ben Lorenz, this to win the hole. Par would get him 3 up, and the local boy trying to do good.
All right, Ben, let's go.
Been impressive. Freshman in this stage.
Against a senior.
He has been up to the challenge. You start wondering, looking ahead, will this come down to Mao and Cummins to determine a national champion? National title 2021 Division I Men's Golf Championships. We make our way down to the green at 12. Highsmith's got a birdie putt upcoming. He's 4 up against Garrett Reband. Reband still has a par putt remaining. We're still trying to decide who's away.
It appears that I think that Garrett is just away for his 4. He had a pretty, gettable bunker shot, if you will, but much like the 4th hole today, just didn't fly it far enough in the air, so he's got way more work for his part than he probably should, given the fact that the ball should funnel towards the hole from where he was playing from in the front of the green. But again, Reband's got to reboot. He's got to find something in himself, make this putt. Hope he can dodge something coming from Highsmith.
While we wait on that, Minetti's second on the way at 15.
Found the left side of the fairway from 156.
Oh, That's a big mistake there. That'll be a tough spot to get up and down, going downwind that direction.
Back to 12 with Reband.
Back up the hill now. He can give this one a rip. And I'm not sure if we'll see a concession here, but we'll see. If we don't, we'll see a world-class lag. Has not been given. Highsmith looking around like, seriously?
He's got 2 putts from here to go 5 up.
I think he gave it.
Yeah, it
must have given it to him. I mean, he was over there picking his bag up while he was stroking.
Pepperdine 3, Oklahoma 5. Pepperdine is 5 up.
Back over at 15, potential opening for Brightwell.
It has to find the green. Not the easiest task from this so line, the deep rough, and he's pulled this just a bit, needs it to get up.
I'd rather be there trying to get the ball up and down. You can land that on a flat spot. The wind's kind of in from the left.
Speed, bud. Oh, boy.
Going to drop back to 11. Logan McAllister from Oklahoma. He's 2 up against Joey Versich, and he has already had a week to remember here at Greyhawk. Go back a couple days ago. 9-iron at the 5th. Oh! The 1 hop. You know, that's a highlight. Kurt, that's a memory. Hole-in-one, national championship.
Doesn't happen all the time.
But maybe it does. Just a couple days later, this was about an hour ago. McAllister at the par 3/8. Clay Fagler, we showed earlier in 2017 in the college event, made 2 aces over a span of 3 days. McAllister does the same. I told you we had a big list. How about this so far for the men? 5 aces here this week, and Ana Pelaez Trevino had one last week for the ladies. It's been a lot of fun to watch. Now McAllister, a little bit of work here. This to tie the hole against Versich at 11. Joey hanging tough, just 1 down.
Pepperdine 5, Oklahoma 6. Oklahoma is 1 up.
Over at the 13th, Joe Highsmith on the tee, 228 yards. Top Tracer technology powered by Topgolf. If Highsmith wins this hole, he's going to close out this match.
And this is some hole today. A 3 would be a heck of a score. Just get something on the green.
In the flat over the green. He is pitching back into the breeze. It won't be terrible. This is just such a hard shot. It's downwind. This is one of the firmest greens on the golf course. And Bones, anything that lands center of the green is probably going over downwind.
If there were 100 players out here today, you still might not see a 2 unless it's a chip in. This is overcooked to the left. Let's see if he can get a bounce off that ridge. Come on.
Yeah, he sure did. That worked out pretty well.
Advantage Reband at 13. Highsmith, though, has the big advantage. He's up 5 in that match. Pepperdine, in the other 2 matches, just 1 up on the race for the national championship.
Oklahoma's Jonathan Brightwell, this for par to win the hole.
Not much in this, just a tiny right to left.
Solid. They're tied up, moving their way to the par 3 16th. We go to 12. Clay Fagler for birdie to win the hole. Fagler walking that one in. And the momentum sort of going back and forth. It's truly what match play is all about, Kurt.
It is. I mean, we've got a good match on our hands right now.
And anchor match on the green at 11. And boy,
I was just going to say, if it comes down to this match right here,
how good would that be?
Two of the best players in college golf. Both of them have been on the first-team All-America team. It'd be about as good as we could get.
Par putts, though. Here, Cummins first to go.
Well, he has made a mess of this hole. This is a good 12 feet coming down the hill. Mal's got it in about 2.5 feet for his par. This has got a huge break from left to right. All the way across the hole.
Up to 16, Brightwell.
Yeah, this is not a hole location you want to mess with. Anything landing left of this hole will probably fall off the left side. Bring it in just right of the hole.
Oh, really good, but it needs to slow down just a little. Good shot there, boy. That right to left wind makes this shot so awkward, such a tough one to stop.
Great shot by Brightwell at 16. We go back to the green at 11. Mao, this short one to win the hole and go 2 up.
Just going to do a little repair just in front there, an old ball mark. But as I said, Quinn Cummins really made a mess of this hole. Now this to go 2 up in the match. William Mao. He's been rock steady throughout the afternoon. It's fun watching these two players go back and forth. Really no emotion at all. Handles themselves very well on the golf course.
Well, once he got that ball set, the line where he wanted it, it doesn't take long. There's no more messing around. No practice strokes.
Oklahoma 6. Pepperdine is 2 up.
Joe Highsmith has this putt to tie the 13th and remain 5 up.
Reband made a very solid 3, gave his birdie putt a good run. Certainly if Joe can get this to go, he will be 5 up with 5 to play.
Too much pace there, so Reband wins the 13th. Highsmith's lead is 4.
Pepperdine is 4 up.
Earlier at 16, Minetti getting right in there.
Careful if you're riding this wind with a draw.
Like this?
Yep, that's exactly what's going to happen. You almost have to try to play something up against that breeze with a cut.
He was long left at 15, long left again at 16.
Clay Fagler coming off the win at 12, 1 down in his match. He has the honor on the tee at 13. Top Tracer technology powered by Topgolf will follow the tee shot.
Just left of the bunker and on the front edge of the green is a really good shot.
Sit down. Down. Sit down.
This hole has really given all the players trouble the entire week. Just been a really tough tee shot.
And that's where Highsmith just made bogey from.
What's Minetti have for a second, Noda?
Not much at all. He's got one choice, but to try and elevate this soft. And
might want to move your
gonna
bag.
get to do it again.
Freshman Ben Lorenz of Oklahoma has been up in this match the whole way.
That, with a cut, has a chance to stop if he doesn't go too far into the green. Just you land into the green. Anything past the front third of the green and you're going over the back.
Lorenz 1 up in his match. McAllister 1 up in his match. Highsmith and Mao lead in their match with Minetti and Brightwell tied on Championship Wednesday.
Get 16. Brightwell has this for par to win the hole.
And Minetti forcing Brightwell to make this par putt to win the hole after knocking down a nice bogey putt from about 10 feet.
The demeanor and look has not changed on the face of Jonathan Brightwell, but with that, now 1 up as they head to 17. Now over at 12, Logan McAllister. This for par to tie the hole.
Go, come on, kid.
Joey Versich hanging around, battling back.
Fighting back.
3 straight wins for Joey Versich there. Pepperdine still leads in 2. Oklahoma leads in 2. Other match tied. It's just a little bit difference where that red and blue is. This is shaping up to be awfully exciting coming down the stretch here over the next hour and a half or so. Our coverage continues here at the NCAA Championships final day. National title on the line, and our coverage presented by Stiefel. Been a lot of fun as we go to the anchor match here at 12. Cummins second out of the rough.
Yeah, the right-hand rough is really sitting down 154. William Mao continues to drive the ball perfectly, applying the pressure. He will have a good look at his second. That needs to get down.
Out of the bowl and up on top.
That's going to be interesting, that putt there.
To your point, Billy Ray, Mao has seemingly been up for the challenge and told his coach last night he wanted the last spot. He wanted to play Quade Cummins.
He's definitely handling the situation like a true champion. 126 here.
Opportunity. Little gap wedge.
You got to get up that false front, though. Carries that big hit. It might turn back a little bit to the right and catch the slope here, Kurt.
Yeah, it should. It's going to get better. A lot better. He knew that slope was there.
Brightwell 1 up in his match, going with iron off the tee at 17.
Very conservative here. Absolutely must hit the fairway if he's going to use this club.
For more information on the 2021 Division I Men's Golf Championships, go to NCAA.com, the official online home for all 90 NCAA championships. Now Dylan Minetti finds himself 1 down on the tee.
This suits his ball flight. Likes to work it a little right to left. Only 291 to the front.
Well, it's a good looking shot here if it gets up on top, and it does. What a tee shot that is. There's not a lot of room up there. The normal bail is to the right of the green, but that's no good today, especially hole high right. What a shot.
He's fast. He's going to be even faster after looking at that. Reband second at 14.
Did what he had to do, put it in play off the tee. 143. Got to hit a shot here, given the fact that Highsmith has 62 yards less into this green after a huge 3-wood, and that's not going to get it done. It was well executed in terms of line, just half a club too much.
Yeah,
and now he's at the mercy of Joe Highsmith, who just bombed one out here with a fairway wood.
Got to land it short. You got to plan on that first big bounce going downwind, especially as firm as this green is.
Again, if Highsmith, who's 4 up, if he wins this hole, he puts a point on the board for Pepperdine.
And he will take his time here. 81 total, but more importantly, 66 front edge. As Kurt mentioned, you're looking to bounce something up there, have it take a skip or two, and then check. Should leave himself a very makeable putt here for 3.
I think it's May 70. I mean,
yeah,
can't land it.
No, but I'm saying it's
Oh, yeah. I was going to say that 70 is like a 60 probably.
Yeah, 65.
What do you think of shooting at that guy?
Yeah, I like it.
20 feet left of it?
Yeah.
Okay. What about even using the slope left?
Actually, ain't work, Joe.
I think it's going to get right to the hole. Like, see that post, like the left edge of the green.
I'm good with that.
Everything comes down hard.
I'm good with that.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
There is a significant slope some 30 feet left of the flag. It appears as though he's going to try and bump something up onto that slope and have it release to the hole.
Tell you what, I just think they way overthought that shot. That was a pretty straightforward, simple little 3/4 60 degree, and they just overthought it. No commitment there.
Fagler to win the hole at 13. And Clay Fagler has won 2 in a row to get that match all tied. Note, what does Jonathan Brightwell have in at 17?
Well, he's got 112, and I'm standing up by the green and just got a good look at Minotti's shot. He's got right around 15 to 18 feet, and if you go back to yesterday's semifinal, Brightwell was on the wrong side of a beautiful David Poos from ASU tee shot that hit it to 3 feet, so kind of wrong place, wrong time for Brightwell's going to have to come up with something big here.
He's got to go total attack mode here. I mean, obviously he's just got a sand wedge in there, but got to go right at it.
Distance wasn't the issue. I just don't know if it's in his DNA to be aggressive in these types of situations. I'm just not a big fan of laying up when you're only one up.
Not on this hole, for sure.
But he can certainly make amends for that by sticking one in here tight. This is straight up in the air. Oh, beautifully done.
Sure did. Pressure back on Minotti to make his putt for eagle now.
Over a 12 now for birdie to win another hole.
And great look here at 12 feet moving right. I can't believe that missed.
Highsmith now his 3rd shot at 14.
And I'm not going to disagree one bit with Kurt's analysis. The bottom line is that he had 66 front edge. He had to take care of that carry, and he only hit 62. This is a big shot here for Joe. He cannot give something away at this point. This is a little warm.
Run away down
he
there.
He is putting himself in some peril here.
Gosh, you just can't keep giving holes away like that. I mean, probably going to win this match, but you can't make these mistakes.
Cummins work left to tie the hole.
Yeah, dodged a bullet there with the miss there from Mal. Oh, escaped there.
Well,
Gotta be feeling lucky.
Yeah, if you're Oklahoma, you need to start flipping some matches.
First match out has reached the 17th green. Dylan Minetti has an eagle putt to win the hole. Brightwell's second has set him up nicely for a birdie opportunity.
Yeah, Kurt, this is one of those putts in Arizona where you just kind of can't commit to anything. This might just have a tiny bit of left to right in it.
I think you were right. It was fairly straight. Well played hole.
Rebound for birdie to win the hole.
Just looking for some pace here. Nicely done.
It does wander away a little bit, though.
And that's putting back into the wind. That really did wander. It got much further past than I thought it was going to.
Tough read. We saw Minetti do the same thing on that hole.
Now Brightwell has a putt for birdie to tie the hole and remain 1 up.
This is a real consistent routine for Brightwell. Both he and Coach Ryan Hibble giving it a thorough review, and Coach Hibble will get in there and just sort of mimic him going through the motion of putting and just trying to get a sense for just what this thing's going to do. We've been pretty successful reading these the last few holes, so it's just a matter of putting a good stroke on it under the circumstance, Kurt. A lot riding on this first match.
Brightwell's mom watching anxiously.
You know, when you've got a putt like this, you really have to make up your mind. You know, typically he wouldn't probably hit this putt that hard, but now you can take a little break out, keep it inside the edge if you see much break here, and go ahead and pound it in the back.
He will have learned quite.
That's a good half right there.
Brightwell came to Oklahoma to win a national championship, trying to put a point up on the board.
Oklahoma is 1 up.
Now over at 14. Highsmith for his par.
Got a good look at Reband's putt. This looks good. That is clutch.
That is amazing.
So now Reban must make this putt to extend this match, or a point goes on the board for Pepperdine.
And some real emotion there from Joe Highsmith. The most by far we've seen yet this week. Big fist pump as he headed over there to put that putter away and hang out with Coach Beard.
Reban responds. Still 4 down, though.
4. Pepperdine remains 4 up.
Joey Versich has this putt for birdie to win the hole. He's won the last 3 to get this match all tied.
The best tee shot we've seen at 13.
How about that for Joey Versich?
The only birdie we've seen all day. That is really a well-played hole.
And Versich goes 1 up. He's now won 4 in a row. And William Mao on the tee, checking it out. He's 2 up in his match. Now to the long par 4 18th. Brightwell 1 up, first to play.
Yeah, wind coming into the player's face now, just off the right. Bunkers down the left in play at about 290, with the adjustment for the downhill playing more like 280, 285. So
this whole
and remember yesterday, Brightwell hit it left and got one of the great bounces off the cart path to kick it back into play.
Would have been in the desert had it bounced left at all.
not today, boys.
Nope.
This is dead red down the middle.
That is right in the heart of the fairway. Good drive.
Dylan Minetti, 1 down. Top Tracer technology powered by Top Golf will follow his tee shot at 18.
Absolutely has to find the fairway, and this is trouble. This is going to find the bunker down the left, I believe.
There it is right there, middle of the bunker. Ball maybe slightly below his feet, but the lie looks pretty good. He's got to win the hole, though.
Advantage Brightwell, 1 up in the middle of the fairway, but Pepperdine leads in 3 other matches with a title on the line. The national championship at stake today. Pepperdine leads in 3 of the matches against Oklahoma. Jonathan Brightwell has battled back. He was 2 down through 7. Took the lead, only to watch Dylan Minetti take the lead back. And then Brightwell won 15 and 16 to go 1 up. Brightwell has hit the fairway at 18. Minetti in the fairway bunker.
Yeah, Brightwell's done everything that he has to do on this hole to start out. Just putting all the pressure back on Minetti with a beautiful tee shot, long, right down the center. Certainly going to have a lot of options for Brightwell on his second, but Minetti's got only one option here, and that's to try and create something miraculous off of a little hanger of a lie curve.
Yeah, it appeared like that. It was going to be below his feet right here, but with that, it's a daunting shot. The wind's hard from the right. You've got water, obviously, right in front and to the right of this hole. There is a ridge, though, that runs through the middle of this green like a spine. So if you get on that ridge, it'll shove the ball to the right. But he's got to hit a great shot.
He really does. I mean, he's got 200 yards left, 184 to the front. He has hit some left to right shots with his irons today, so it's a shot visually and executionally that he's comfortable with. So it's just a matter of taking enough club wind coming in off the right, and so with that hard left to right spin, it's really going to fight right into this wind. So just got to make sure you get enough club and land it about 10 or 15 feet left and let it work back.
Good contact. Let's see.
Oh, baby, get there.
We flew it a little too deep to catch that ridge.
Well, that was a pretty good effort, though. That was only a few feet from being really good.
Yeah, flushed it. Almost too good.
Over at 13, second for Quade Cummins.
Tee shot came up well short. Oh, hits this heavy. that's going to come back in the bunker. I can tell you, William Mou's got a long birdie putt advantage now here at the par 3.
You can see how soft it is short there.
I like this as long as you hit like you want to. I don't know. Yeah, I do. When you hit this like you want to, it's gonna land flag higher and more. Consistent. Yeah, I like this right here. It's perfect. Finishing on the 10. Score 10 right there.
This is 187 hole. 71 front, 75 takes care of all the water in line with the hole. So looking for someone somewhere between the edge of the green and the hole. Trying to cut this back up into the wind. This is a good shot if it clears the water.
Uh-oh. Boy, he
Stays up.
Lucky that stayed up. It doesn't look like a good lie, but he is very lucky that stayed up. You can see it shaved part of that, and then there's a little bit of heavy rough there, and that's the only thing that kept it up. But from this angle, you can't even see the ball. They're going to rethink the club that he hit right here. Well, it just got a little more interesting for this match.
Over to 15.
Highsmith getting ready to go.
160, just looking for something high and soft with some spin. Keep it around this flag that's just 12 on. His opponent is in a little bit of trouble in the left fairway bunker.
He's fairly steep on those irons.
This is right of the flag, but looks good for distance.
Yep.
And that is not what Rebound wanted to see. We hadn't seen Garrett hit a driver since the 11th hole when he hit a big block, so he overcorrected here with a big pull.
Right. In the last match out, William Mao has 2 putts now to win the hole and go 3 up.
Coming down the slope really quick.
Boy, what a great lag.
Oh, I tell you, Kurt.
Billy Ray, his speed's been good all day, hasn't it?
He has been spot on.
Back to 15 with Rebound.
From 140, he has to try and make birdie here. It's on a good line, but is it up?
Oh, boy. And bunker to bunker, a lot of times that ball will plug. Highsmith in great shape.
A moment ago, Clay Fagler for birdie at 14. He has never led in this match. It's 2 down through 11, but suddenly the putter has gotten hot.
That momentum shifted to him, and he has taken advantage of it.
Now the Oklahoma freshman, Ben Lorenz, has this birdie putt to tie the hole.
Hit it a little too hard.
And for the first time today, Lorenz trails in this match. No, did you get a look at the lie here for Jonathan Brightwell?
I really did, and it's not all that terrible, Kurt. It is up against that primary rough with the short stuff right in front of him, so his through swing's not going to really be affected. It's just a matter of him hitting a spot about 6 or 7 feet on the green. If he doesn't hit that spot, it will run out on him and possibly get away.
Got to get a little steep on this.
That is nicely judged by Jonathan Brightwell. Again, all he needs to do is tie this hole, and he puts a point up for Oklahoma.
Got to feel like a similar position to what he was in yesterday. Needed an up and down to close out the match.
What about this putt for Minetti?
You know, not a ton of break in it. I mean, it's coming from just the top side of this or back side of this green, and there's a little bit of counter slope that this section of the green sits on, so it's going to be pretty straight to start, maybe a little left to right, and then at the end it's going to start to turn back toward the water. So overall, maybe just outside the left edge. So
Putting this direction, typically it's a little slower on this green. You've got to make sure you get this to the hole.
Kurt, you don't want to race it too far past either. It's not like Brightwell's in.
That's not even going to come close.
yeah, I don't know if he even caught that solid, Kurt.
He looked back like he didn't.
Over at 15, that is what Garrett Reban has for his third.
And he's just got to trust all the practice he's done out of these types of situations before, plop something on the front of the green and hope it can find the hole. Very well executed. Just didn't get that first bounce that he needed. And now it's up to Joe Highsmith.
And you had called it, Kurt. Bunker to bunker. Great chance to be plugged, unfortunately for him.
Spinny.
All right, so Minetti is one down here at 18. So he's got to make this to force Brightwell to at least have to make his par. He walks it in. How about that? I told you that his mom and dad were collegiate athletes at Nevada. Mom and dad checking it out. Mom's like, yes.
A lot harder watching your kid play than it is playing yourself, that's for sure.
And noted this putt by Brightwell suddenly got a little longer.
It really did, and it's almost a carbon copy of the distance that he had to close out yesterday's match against David Puig of ASU.
And remember earlier in this round when he fell behind, Noda, he missed a lot of putts in this range.
Yeah, it's been a little mixed bag for him. He's looked solid through certain stretches of holes from this distance, and then in other stretches he's been a little bit shaky. So, you know, this is what he signed up for when he chose to come to OU after a stellar career at UNC Greensboro.
That's exactly right.
To be in this position.
Yep, to have a moment like this, and they have to have this match.
And remember how rock solid he was on that birdie putt at 17. Boom. Brightwell puts a point on the board for Oklahoma.
Over at 15, Reban's par putt on the way, and heck of an up and down. Highsmith still has a little bit of work for his par, but he's hung in there, Bones. He's far from having his best stuff, but let me tell you, he's finding a way to at least keep playing some holes.
Yeah, the kid's got a lot of guts. That's the bottom line. You can certainly see out here, even with as little as he's got to work with, why he's achieved as much as he has as a collegiate player. Obviously, he'll find some form going forward here, but he's kept this as interesting as he possibly can.
Highsmith for par to win the match. And in moments after Jonathan Brightwell got a point for Oklahoma, Pepperdine responds with their first point.
William Mao at 14, his second, 2 up.
122 yards. He originally was set to go. He heard that roar back there for Highsmith, had to back off.
That's the way you're supposed to do it right there. When you drive it in the fairway like that, you've got sand wedge in, you have to hit that kind of a shot.
And Mao backed away. Now Quade Cummins 3 down, his second.
Yeah. Now continues to apply the pressure. Cummins has got to match him right here. Comes in low, controlling the spin.
That trajectory is probably the difference.
Yep, 100%. He thought it would come up and a couple bounces in check, but not today.
Each team has a point on the board. However, Pepperdine leads in the last 3 matches, although 2 of them are only 1 up. Over at 14 in the anchor match, got a couple birdie putts coming up. Quade Cummins 3 down, first to go.
Well, this coming up the hill, critical putt for Quade Cummins here. It'll turn left at the end here. And that will be conceded.
Up 1 to 15, second on the way for Ben Lorenz. How about that shot? He was 2 up heading to 12. He's lost the last 3 holes. And needed to step up and hit a good one, and he did just that.
Now over at 14, William Mao has look at birdie to go 4 up.
Walks it in.
Boy, he has played some really high quality golf in this match.
Oklahoma 4.
So he's 4 up with
Pepperdine
4 holes
4 up.
remaining. While we have a moment, let's go down to Noda.
Thanks, Bob. I'm here with Jonathan Brightwell. Jonathan, you transfer here from UNC Greensboro so you could contend for a national championship. You come in the championship final and you put the first point on the board for your team. Was it everything you imagined?
Yeah. I mean, it was really, really fun. I mean, it was the most intense round I've probably ever played in my career, if not a college career for sure. The amount of pressure and the amount of nerves throughout the whole day, I kind of felt it all. I didn't play my best, but I knew I had to do something, and it was cool to kind of see what I was made of.
And coming down to the 18th hole in the last 2 matches, both in the semis and the finals, leaving it to make about a 6 to 8 footer both times, putting a few more extra gray hairs in coach's head. Walk us through that process as you were trying to close those matches out.
Just whatever I could do. I just tried my best to have the best chance for a birdie or a par. 18, I finally hit a great drive. I was in the fairway. It was the first time in the fairway all week in 18, and probably the worst iron shot of the day. I skanked it, and I knew I needed a good look for par, and just whatever I could do to have a look, and then I'll go from there. And I just put all my focus and just tried my best.
Well, you managed to get it done. Great job. Yeah. Over to you, Bones.
I'm here with Joe Highsmith. Joe, it wasn't all that long ago that you didn't know or you weren't sure if you were actually going to play this week. Coach Beard puts a lot of faith in you, and you're here in the lineup and you play extremely well. You were a dominant force out there today, and yesterday afternoon you hit one of the best shots under pressure I've ever seen out of the fairway bunker on 18 on the way to securing a big point. What did you find within yourself to play at such a high level on such a big stage?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is really keeping it simple and going back to the basics of just focusing all your energy towards committing to the shot and not really getting too caught up into the cameras and the people watching and all that, and just really staying focused and kind of using that pressure and nerves to get you to even a deeper level of focusing.
Well, you talk about the pressure and nerves that come with this. Certainly you're representing certainly yourself, your family, your teammates, your university. Is there additional pressure being Fred Couples' favorite college player?
Yeah, I mean, not too much pressure there. It's so cool that he's been supporting me this week and texting me. And, I mean, Fred's the man, and it really is great to have the support from him.
Well, congratulations on everything this week. Go root on your teammates, and we'll send it back to 15.
Thanks, Bones.
Where Ben Lorenz from Oklahoma has this for birdie to win the hole, tie the match.
Tell you what, this is impressive. A freshman. First time on this big of a stage, national title. It's very impressive.
Local kid, went to high school, grew up just down the road. His teammates rooting him on. So the green clears for the match behind them. Joey Versich 1 up over Logan McAllister, and this is an awkward second.
It is ball above his feet, but he caught a break here. This is not the heavy rough. He should be able to get the club on the back of the ball and control this a little bit. Oh man, but you cannot make that mistake. And it settles down in the rough. That's downwind. Trying to get it up and down from there. Just a terrible spot to end up in.
So we'll keep it here with Logan McAllister. And Kurt, this is sort of where match play is at its finest. Of if you have a sense of what your opponent just did, 15, 20 feet anywhere on the green, you gain the advantage.
Yeah, you may be looking a little bit more right of the flag now because of what he just did. And he was. That's what you have to do. You know, the chances are he knows that Versich is going to have a hard time getting that up and down.
Short walk over from the green at 15 to the tee at 16. Ben Lorenz set to go, coming off of that birdie, and can feel the drama building here.
Absolutely you can, and with this dangerous left hole location and right to left wind, he's going to have to hold something up against the wind. get it to land softly.
How much fun must it be for a freshman? You know, when you're going to Oklahoma, you're going to one of the top programs in the country. They were ranked #1 coming in here, and here you are, freshman, having a chance to make a difference.
Holding it up nicely, just a little right of the flag. See if he gets the number right.
Hang on.
Oh, it's just so tough to get that number right.
Yeah, you have to.
For the complete NCAA Men's Championships Team Award Ceremony, head over to facebook.com/NCAA Champs. That comes your way when we conclude. Now Fagler.
And certainly a good time to visit with Coach, knowing he's got something of the upper hand if he can just execute here and get the ball on the green.
Tell you, if you're going to play your normal little draw and ride that wind, you have to land on the perfect front right corner spot to keep it on the green.
Well, he's riding that draw card. The question is, can it land soft enough?
This is going to run down the hill too. It's a very difficult shot, but the correct shot there is to try to hold a cut up against that breeze. It comes down a lot softer, and that's your chance to hold that green.
Both teams with the point. Mau up big. Oklahoma needs to find a way to win that third and fourth match. Golf Club, Division I Men's National Championships on the line. Pepperdine and Oklahoma a point each as we make our way down to the green at 15. Pepperdine's Joey Versich one up in this match, but this is fourth shot.
Yeah, trying to pick up the pieces after a very tough effort on his third, rolled off the front edge of this green. Not an easy look here, going to come uphill to start, a little right to left.
Yeah, good putt, bud.
So the 5 conceded to Versich. McAllister will have a couple of putts upcoming to win the hole. Both players have missed the green at 16. Looks like Fagler will be first to go with the second.
And it's a show us your hands moment here, trying to just land it on the green. Very delicate shot, and that is very, very well done. And will put a lot of pressure on his opponent.
First putt on the way for McAllister at 15. Might have to see him put that second one.
Absolutely.
I think you're going to want to see this one.
Now the second, at 16 for Lorenz.
Just trying to pick up whether or not he's going to bump it here or go up top of this. Might be a bump.
Back in the stance.
Oh, and the sprinkler eats it up. It wasn't going to get all the way there, but that certainly cost him 10 or 12 feet of run out.
Man, out of that heavy rough, it's tough to hit a bump into the hill, period, and then with those sprinkler heads there.
Teammates looking on. We make our way back to the 15th.
Yeah, this is a solid 3 feet Burko, so certainly got to give it the full attention. Just maybe a right center putt firm.
Oklahoma's got some fight. McAllister ties that one up. Oh, it's going to come down to that third and fourth match to see who can get to 3 first and win a national title.
Just so tough to control it coming out of this overseeded rye grass, but that is as good as you can do. Tremendous.
Up to 16, Fagler for par to win the hole.
Downhill left to right. And that is dead center.
Boy, he knew he hit a good putt. He was walking it in.
So Fagler retakes that one up lead heading to 17. This also a moment ago. Second for Mau at 15.
Another great drive, short iron approach. A little deep. There is a ridge between him and the hole there, just a subtle one.
But 4 up with 4 to go for Mau. Back over to 16, Logan McAllister on the tee.
And Kurt, as we've been watching today, you cannot land the ball left of this hole.
Nope.
This has started right at it. Wind's pushing it just left now. It's got to land soft.
There's a little fall off there. I don't know if that's going to stay up. Yes, it did. Got away with it.
Now Versich.
And he had to have paid attention there. This thing has to come in from the right part of the hole.
Definitely trying to get to ride that wind.
Yeah, he's slinging it too, and that's just going to hit hard.
It's just the way it is. If you ride it in there with a draw, it just won't stop. That was gap wedge at the most. The hole's 163 with that helping, well, it's mostly right to left wind, but once you start riding it, it's tough to stop.
Over at 17, Clay Fagler on the tee, 1 up.
291 front edge, plenty of help. This is a lot of club here. He should have no problem getting it there. This is at the right edge of the green. Looks good.
I tell you what, it's in a tough spot now.
Now to win the match.
Hale did what he had to do. Now forced the hand of Quade Cummings. He's be forced to make this putt and extend the match.
William Mao took the lead on the very first hole. He has never trailed in this one, and it's been up to the challenge. We said it a few times, Billy Ray. It is a huge spot to ask for the anchor match, to play Quade Cummins, and Mao has checked every box the last 3.5 hours.
Every single box. This sophomore has got a lot of class and a lot of game against this senior, fifth-year senior Quade Cummings.
Needs to make it to keep playing. Point number 2 for Pepperdine.
He played like an All-America player today. That was some performance.
The Waves 1 step closer to winning the program's second national championship. There's Joe Highsmith coming in.
Got Clay in.
Show a little support.
Where they at? 1 up on 17. They're tied on 16.
Earlier at 17, Ben Lorenz on the tee.
He stepped up. This is on a good line. That cut, it stops. Oh, both players, that's much better than that ball further to the right and on that side hill. Both are tough shots, but that is much better.
To 16.
Versich his second.
Just not a great lie here. He's got one option to try and elevate.
Pretty well
Good.
done.
Yeah.
Gives himself a chance. While we have a moment, let's send it down to Billy Ray.
All right, Burko, thanks a lot with Will Mao. Will, sophomore, you wanted that last match, the anchor match against the All-American Quade Cummings. You got what you wanted. Talk about this performance you had today.
Oh, I had a great time out there. Coach put me in the anchor match for a reason. I want to get out. I wanted to get a point for Pepperdine early. Quade's a great player. Played real solid today. I executed my game plan today and got the job done.
Very well done. Good luck for the rest of the way. All right, Bob.
This is over at 16. Logan McAllister for birdie to win the hole.
Yeah, gonna come uphill first and then flatten out when he gets to the hole. Gotta be mindful of the speed here.
Oh.
Boy, that looked good every step of the way. It's remarkable, Burko, just how these young men just step up in these big situations. You never know how they're going to react.
Yeah, they put in all the time, the work to prepare for this. Boy, he thought he had it. Now Versich, par putt to tie the hole.
You know, just coming off a COVID year, the uncertainty headed into some of these seasons, and now just coming down to a few critical putts. None more critical than this one for Versic here. Just a little right to left. I think he should take some of the breakout with a little bit of extra speed here.
How about that up and down?
That's big time.
You go back to the 9th hole, he was 3 down. What a grind Versic has done.
Fagler's second at 17.
That is very well played. I thought anything inside of 15 feet would be good, but that was exceptional hands there.
No kidding. This tough to land it that softly. Did a great job with that shot. And it puts some pressure on Lorenz to hit a good one here.
There's no question about it here, Kurt. As you mentioned, he's certainly got the easier of the two. He can actually just make quality contact here. He can possibly just land the ball on the fringe and keep the ball within 2 or 3 feet of the hole. But as you said, this shot just got much tougher considering what Fagler just did.
He's kind of rehearsing one that pops up in the air and lands on the green with the face open.
Yeah, next up, man. Let's go.
The freshman has been outstanding today for Oklahoma. So the birdie has been conceded. So now Fagler needs to make this to remain 1 up.
Well, he walked in a 6-footer on the last hole, gave us the big fist pump, and he's right back in that same situation here. Very similar putt in that it moves slightly to his right.
Pepperdine has 2 points on the board. Highsmith and Mao winning each of their matches 4 and 3. Brightwell 1-up win against Minetti. Fagler, for the moment, is 1-up in this match, but needs to make this putt to keep that lead.
Huge crowd out here right now, and you can just feel the tension in the air.
Just based on Fagler's body language, you can see how tense he is. Trying to take some deep breaths, trying to hit that putt that he just hit on 16.
Fagler won his semifinal match against Oklahoma State's Austin Eckroat. So he's been able to handle the pressure quite well.
And he did it. That is gutsy right there. Impressive.
Hole tied with birdies on to 18. Pepperdine 1 point away from winning the national championship.
Let's go. Let's go.
Joey Versic back on the tee. And head coach Michael Beard. Pepperdine trying to win their second national championship, the last in 1997. McAllister and Versic tied on the tee at 17. McAllister first to go.
And he's certainly well aware that this point is an absolute must to keep the hopes alive. So no surprise you're going with the big dog. Going to try and force the issue, make something happen.
That wind is out of the left. Most players starting it left with a little cut just like this.
Come on.
Settle. Great tee shot. Boy, under that kind of pressure, that is a really good tee shot.
Well, he's got to feel like he's got to create something. You know what I'm saying, Kurt? And, you know, Versic, on the other hand, might be a little bit more reserved here.
Not great. Really hit it right at the golf tee also.
Over to 18, tee shot for Clay Fagler.
Yep.
Boy, this is up the left center. The wind's got it. He needs a bounce, just one.
he's
fairway tilts that way. He got it. Boy, what a tee shot under pressure. We're seeing some really great swings under pressure here.
Speaking of pressure, Versic on the tee at 17.
And the wind has switched ever so slightly, Kurt. There might be just a touch of help in it now.
He's longer than some of these guys, and this is going right.
This is not going to be friendly, I don't believe.
I think he felt like he had too much club. That was not his normal swing.
I agree. I think there was some indecision there with his carry yardage.
You can see as we pull back the angle, that's going to be very tough. Even back into the breeze, it's going to take one heck of a flop shot to get that one close.
It could be a moot point if Fagler holds this one-up lead. Lorenz has to win this hole on the tee.
Up in the air, overdrawing a little bit, heading towards the left fairway bunker.
And that's right where it is, and we'll see if it's up anywhere near that lift, makes that shot that much more difficult.
Pepperdine needs one more point to win their second men's Division I golf championship. Can Oklahoma flip the script?
95.
Back at 18, the Division I men's golf championships. Pepperdine, 2 points on the board. Oklahoma has 1. As we look down the fairway at 18, Clay Fagler of Pepperdine is 1 up in this match.
How far? Okay.
And a big decision going on out here in terms of who's away first. If you're Fagler playing from the fairway, you really want to play yours before Lorenz has the chance.
I like that. What do you like? How many? What's that? What do you think? 195? What do you think it's playing, like 85? Yep, I do. What do you like? Do you like draw 7? Or do you like just kind of just hit a 6 and take whatever? That's good. I feel like if I put a good one on the 7th, we can get that. Let's do that. I like that. I actually think that was good. Or you committed to. Give me a line. Just the weeds left of the flag for that.
They were debating 6 and 7 iron bones, and I think under pressure with the adrenaline the way it is right now for Fagler, he went to the 7. I think it's a good decision.
Well, he has been an iceman the last 2 holes. Does he have one more in him?
Wow.
The noise coming from the crowd.
Let's go over to 17. McAllister for Eagle to win the hole. All right, back to Fagler at 18. 1 up with the deciding point for Pepperdine.
Wind laying down for the moment. Picks it off the turf. This is at the left center of the green. Let's see if he got the club right.
He caught it a little thin, but it worked out all right. He didn't even hardly touch the grass.
And what a smile he's got on his face as he's hopping up this fairway.
Over at 17, Versic for birdie to tie.
It'd be one heck of an up and down, but not to be.
Go, Logan!
So McAllister goes 1 up in that match, but it may not matter.
Oklahoma is 1 up.
Lorenz was 2 up through 11, lost 12 and 13. Fagler won 14, Lorenz won 15, Fagler won 16 to go 1 up.
Well, just beautifully manicured bunkers here at Greyhawk Golf Club, so this ball's sitting very, very well. Wind coming up just a touch. Got to get the good strike.
Fagler's ball is a good target.
Well, that sounded nice. And what a line.
Really good shot. It's going to release, but boy, he has played some really good golf as a freshman in this situation.
Boy, how old is that young man? I mean, that is some shot with that kind of heat.
Another look from high above here. Played a cut out of there. Boy, what a good shot this was. Not over with yet.
Could there be some symmetry for Pepperdine? Back in 1997, when they won their only men's Division I golf championship, the individual winner that year was Charles Warren of Clemson. Here in 2021, the individual winner was Clemson's Turk Pettit. Could it be an omen for Coach Beard and Pepperdine? Got to really tip your cap to Ben Lorenz, who controlled this match. And it's not as if the holes that he lost when Fagler got it tied and took the lead, it's not as if Fagler was winning with pars. There were a lot of birdies being made in this match.
Fagler played some great golf to get to this one-up lead, because Lorenz, the freshman, just wouldn't lay down. He just kept hitting good shots. Boy, going forward, Lorenz has got to feel good about the next few years at Oklahoma.
And what a spring it's been for Pepperdine. The women's tennis team made it to the NCAA finals, wound up losing in the finals to Texas. The men's doubles team made it to the semifinals in tennis. But in golf, they are 1 point away from a national championship. Oklahoma players can only watch and hope.
Yeah, Fagler's going to have a putt for all the marbles here.
Bones, it looked like Coach Beard went and took a look at the putt that Lorenz is going to have.
Yeah, I think they're very interested as to who's away. Certainly, Lorenz's putt is down the hill. He'll have no trouble getting there. And discussion now with the official as to who gets the putt first.
It's surprisingly slow, Lorenz's putt. You'd be surprised. We've seen a couple from this
Dylan
direction.
Benetti's.
Yeah, he came up way short putting that direction. It's deceptive, and he has to get a putt to the hole here.
And I believe they've decided that it is Lorenz to go. Official just pointing at him. As you mentioned, back down the hill, and as it runs out of gas, it should die just a little to his left. Certainly when these guys played their practice rounds here, you would have guessed they would have a whole location like this should you make it to the finals here today. And so you would hope that these guys have hit putts from every possible angle. And certainly Ben probably has a really good idea, especially with his coach's help here, as to what this is going to do.
Yeah, and I think if you're coaching him up here, you just remind him, look, we've worked on the read. We're committed to this read that we have, but we have to get this ball to the hole.
Fagler's mom and dad and grandfather watching. Can't imagine the nerves that they feel right now.
The way Fagler has handled the pressure, you don't expect him to three-putt.
Again, Fagler is one up. Lorenz needs to win the hole to extend this match to give Oklahoma a chance.
It's deceptively slow. It's amazing. I mean, he had that online too.
So now the stage is set for the redshirt senior from California. An intercultural communication major, Clay Fagler has 2 putts to deliver the national championship to Pepperdine. And it's been conceded. Pepperdine has won the NCAA Division I Men's Golf Championship.
Let's go! Let's go, dear.
Appreciate you, Liz.
We did it.
Appreciate you.
Hey. Thanks for your help.
Shot clean. Back. Shot clean. Back.
You showed good grip.
Thank you.
Thanks, congratulations. Come here.
Coach Ryan Hibble's Oklahoma squad trying to win their second national championship in the last 4 that have been contested, but they come up short because Pepperdine defeats Oklahoma 3-2 to win the 2021 NCAA Division I Men's Championships. It's the second men's golf championship in Pepperdine history. We'll hear from the winners when we return. Pepperdine has won the national championship. Clay Fagler delivers the deciding point, 3-2 over Oklahoma, as we send it down to Bones.
Thank you, Bob. I'm here with Coach Hibble. Coach, what were your thoughts heading into today's matches? And in a sense, what did you feel you guys didn't quite accomplish in terms of ultimately prevailing and winning the national championship today?
Well, I mean, I think we did probably as much as we could do. I mean, you got to give credit to Pepperdine. These guys are phenomenal. We knew that going into it, and if we didn't play our best golf, we were probably going to get beat today. And I'm sure we probably weren't clean enough in some areas and maybe didn't make enough putts. But, again, credit to these guys. I mean, I saw them make putt after putt, and they just did a great job.
And can you put into words the seniors that you have out here today, what they mean to you and this Sooner program?
Well, I mean, they mean everything. I mean, it's sad that they're moving on, but just really excited for their future.
Congratulations on a great year, and thank you so much for your time.
Thanks.
To Billy Ray.
All right, Bones, thanks a lot. Coach Hill was just talking about the seniors, and you're the senior leader of this team. You came back for your 5th year to win a ring, storied career here at Oklahoma. When you look back at all your time here, Quade, what's some of the fondest memories here?
I mean, obviously, postseason times, you know, you're with the same guys for, 3 weeks at a time. You see them every day. My playing career might be over with OU, but I'll be a part of Sooner Nation forever.
Talking about, that leadership you had, what impact did you think you have on these younger generations coming up, moving forward for Oklahoma?
Yeah, if I leave anything behind, I would hope it'd be work ethic. I hope I taught those young guys because I was one of those young guys at one point, and the old guys taught me that. So I hope those young guys can get back to this stage and hopefully pull through next time.
All right, Quade, I know I'll see you soon once again. All right, Bob.
They gave it a heck of a run, did Oklahoma. trying to win the national championship again. When we come back, we'll hear from Pepperdine.
Don't bring it in here.
This is why we practice. This is why we grind. This is what we dream of. We are a team. Team. We're a team.
Joey Versich,
Clay Fagler,
William Mao,
Dylan Minetti, Joe Highsmith,
and together we are the national champions.
For the second time in the history of the men's golf program at Pepperdine University, they can now call themselves national champs once again. Pleased to be alongside Connie Hurlbut, Senior Associate Commissioner from the West Coast Conference. And Connie, I know you have a special presentation here.
What a tremendous run at a team championship. On behalf of the NCAA and the Division I Men's Golf Committee, I'd like to present the trophy for the 2021 Team Championship to Pepperdine University.
Joey Versich, let's get you up here. We saw you make that run down the 18th fairway when you knew it was over. What does it mean to be part of a national championship team with this group and to win it in front of your father, who has been such an inspiration to you?
I mean, it honestly means the world. I would have never thought this far coming into college that I would ever be called a national champion. So to be here with all these guys and having two of them come down and just watch us today was great, just to see them and for us to have support. And I can't believe how many Pepperdine fans we had come and watch. And to have my dad here, just, I don't even have words for it. Makes me tear up every time. I can't talk about my dad without crying, so I'm just going to say thank you for being here. You mean the world to me. You and Mom. Thanks.
Well said. Clay Fagler, no one has played more rounds for Pepperdine's men's golf in the history of the program than you. What was it like to seal it right here on the 18th green just moments ago?
I got to say, it was kind of surreal to come down to the 18th hole and basically have the last point just kind of on my shoulders. Was nerve-wracking, but it was exciting. But I don't know. Didn't think I was going to be the final point here. It's kind of crazy.
Certainly worked out, and the man that held the record for most rounds played told earlier this week, head coach Michael Beard, as I have you up to the mic there, 9 years ago you came back to your alma mater to try to restore some tradition. How did that vision nearly a decade ago end up with where we're standing right now?
Yeah, it all started when I was at Pepperdine, got to play there for 4 years, and I always felt like that we could be the best team in the country. And to be able to come back as a coach, I still felt that way, and brought that with everyone that's worked with us and every player that we've had come through, believing that as well. And I'm just so proud of these guys, our program, our university, our alumni, all you guys here. It's unbelievable.
14 months ago, you guys were the best program in the country and arguably the favorite to win this championship. The pandemic changed everyone's life, and many from the outside thought your chance had come and gone. How did you maintain the dynamic and letting everyone else know maybe we got a chip on our shoulder, but we're just as good as anyone else out there?
For sure. I mean, that was there all the time. I think they all felt like we, like you said, just didn't get to see it through last year, and these guys came back better. And it really wasn't me, that they just came back with more fire and more determination and motivation. These guys are so good. Me, Blaine, and Chris we don't have to do much to motivate them.
We just talked to Joey Versich about what it meant to win in front of his father. What did it mean for you today to do the same?
Come on. I wish my mom was here. I know she's here with me. I'm so grateful that my dad come down for today, and my family. We've been through so much, and for him to be here is just overwhelming and amazing, something I'll never forget.
What did you prove to the rest of the nation today about Pepperdine golf?
Hey, we can hang with those big boys.
Well, you certainly did, Michael. Gentlemen, congratulations. National champs for 2021. Bob?
Great stuff, Burko. And the emotion from this team and the spirit that they carried throughout the course of the year pays dividends in a national championship. And what Michael Beard said, we can hang with the big boys. No, they can play, and they are with the big boys. They beat Oklahoma in the championship match and Oklahoma State in the semifinals.
That we knew they were really good, and they're really deep. They have two more players that aren't here this week that could easily make this team and had at different times. We had a feeling coming in here, a West Coast event. They're a West Coast-based school. They'd had a great year. It was their time, and they all contributed and played some great golf at the right times.
They certainly did. And tip your cap to Oklahoma with that senior leadership and what Coach Hibble has built there as well.
Oklahoma's got a great program, and I know Coach Hibble will keep it going. They showed very well this week.
Coming up next, it's Golf Central with all the news and highlights. Hoist the trophy for Pepperdine. They are the national champions as they defeat Oklahoma by a score of 3-2. It's been a fun 2 weeks here at Grayhawk with the women's and men's NCAA championship. And a big shout out to our producer, Grant Packer, our director, John Del Vecchio, and our entire technical crew for braving the heat and bringing you the best in collegiate golf. For our entire crew, I'm Bob Papa. Congratulations to Pepperdine, the NCAA Men's Division I champions.
2021 NCAA Division I National Champions for the second time in program history and the first time since 1997. Pepperdine are your national champions after a hard-fought victory against the Oklahoma Sooners. It was fifth-year senior Clay Fagler who delivered the final blow and the deciding point for the Waves. We have got it all here on Golf Central.
Golf Central,